First with Juju, a guy that had a lot of money coming to him guaranteed. You make the decision to move on from him. What's the message there for the players who remain, particularly the young receivers?
Yeah, the message is, it's about competition. It's about going out there on a day after day basis and performing. And I would say the young receivers have been doing that. And we didn't want to stunt their development, knowing that they are the future of the team. And it was a tough decision to let go of Juju, but I think long term it's the right decision for the organization.
And we've been following the situation with Matthew Judon for some time. How did it reach the point where the trade became not only a possibility, but ultimately a reality?
Yeah, first I would say I thought Elliott and Grow and that entire staff over there did a fantastic job, like working through this whole situation. This started a long time ago. I know over the past few weeks, it's kind of come to a head. At the same time, I think it's a win-win, and we didn't look at it as this negotiation or trade has to be a win-lose situation. We get a third-round pick for a veteran pass rusher, and he gets a chance to go get the contract that he desires with the Falcons. So I think it's a win-win. And once again, we need some of these young guys to step up and develop.
People on the outside may look at the situation now without Barmore, without Judon, and say, those are the two best defensive players up front, or two best pass rushers for the Patriots over the last couple of seasons. And you mentioned the young people, the development of players like Keon White, even what we've seen from Anthony Jennings last year going into this season, the potential for Josh Uche, Zimenez, and the way he's played thus far for this team. How much did that influence the decision?
I wouldn't say it influenced it too much, but we are excited about the potential of the guys you just named. Look, those guys have been coming out and working hard, and once again, it's about competition. So we'll see tonight what happens, and then obviously we have the last game against the Commanders. But for a long time around here, we've been able to generate pass rush without a premier rusher. Chandler, he was a premier rusher. Some of the Judon was a premier rusher. But there have been years where we didn't have that guy, and we would scheme things up. And I feel fairly confident that we'll be able to do that.
And again, I know you want to keep the outside noise outside, but regarding perception, some see it as, well, these are moves for the future. What's the message to the guys in the present, the 53 players, potentially the 90 guys that are here right now who are in this locker room?
Yeah, the message is if you win the competition, you'll play, and it's a day to day thing. And this isn't the type of profession where you can get comfortable. And I want those guys to have that sense of urgency that we want to win now. And now, in saying that, Elliott and his crew, their job is to look out the front windshield, and they've done a fantastic job doing that. But for the guys here right now, it's about the present, and I expect those guys to go out and play well.
When you look in the rearview mirror at joint practices, overall impressions?
Yeah, defensively, I would say those guys went out there and did a fantastic job against Philly's offense. I would say offensively, it was a struggle in those team periods, especially up front. And look, you look at the capital that they have up front, whether we're talking about money or draft choices or anything like that. Like that's one of the best defensive lines you're going to see. And some guys rose to the occasion and some guys didn't, and it wasn't a good showing for us. But hopefully tonight we put it all together and really get those guys going.
In light of the offensive line, what are the plans at quarterback tonight?
Yeah, the plans tonight, look, Jacoby's going to start it off. Drake should get, 2 quarters. I think it's important for him to get out of halftime and, be able to implement the adjustments that we made at halftime. And then Joe will come in after that.
You've said you like the plan you have for Drake May. Without revealing state secrets, how would you describe your thought process in terms of his development at this point?
Yeah, it's going well at this point. And once again, he's just a guy that comes to work every single day and not only learns from the coaches, but also, the guys in his room, which I think is fantastic. And saying that, we're going to stick to the plan no matter what the outside noise is. Put Drake in, do this. Everyone has the answer. But we understand, where Drake is in his development right now, and we're sticking to the plan.
We know it's a much bigger coaching staff. You had your first game together. How did the logistics of the coaching staff performance go? Communication in terms of press box to sideline, communication with the players and the adjustments.
Yeah, the communication was great. Especially on special teams where no substitution errors, and that's always a huge part of it. But the communication was great amongst all the coaches. And once again, you look at the size of our coaching staff; it's kind of now on par with the rest of the league. And so you hear me talking about development all the time. You need coaches to be able to do that, and those guys have done a great job in the classroom and also during the game.
And I know you're not scheming a lot. You go from one game to the next. What have you found out about the way your staff, but also the players transition from game one to game two?
I expect, the game planning part of it is very small, right? Very small right now. It's really about just the fundamentals. And I tell the coaches all the time, as we're watching film or as those guys are watching film with their players, always talk about fundamentals on every single play. If you see something, never let that slip and in the game. So tonight, I just hope that those guys go out there and, put on a performance, coaches, players, and we win the game.
Gerard, all the best. Hope you put a good one on tape.
I appreciate it.
All right, thanks a lot. Gerard Mayo with us, guys. Back to you.
Thank you, Bob. That is Gerard Mayo with Bob Socci. We'll have Phil Perry, who will join Bob Socci in the broadcast booth tonight. Coming up next, that's on the way on the Safety Insurance 98.5 The Sports Hub Patriots Radio Network.
At Cox Mobile, reliability and savings go hand in hand, kind of like a cold drink on a hot summer day. With us, you'll run on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability and pay as low as $30 per line for Cox Internet customers. So you get both savings and reliability. Ah, that'll quench your thirst. Cox Mobile, the smart way to mobile. Cox postpaid internet required. Enrollment in paperless billing and Cox Easy Pay. Max of 5 lines. 5G reliability as measured by Ookla LLC in U.S. 2H 2023. Learn more at cox.com/mobile.
You know how old your roof is or if it has any missing shingles. Would you know if it's still under warranty or how many years it has left? An hour of your time can get you a free inspection, honest advice, and an exact price if your roof needs replacement. Choose Marshall, your local roofing, siding, and window people.
Getting ready for back to school at Macy's is all about fresh starts and new looks, making it one of summer's greatest hits. Save on must-haves like cargos, mini dresses, jeans, and more that'll hold up from the first day of school to the last. Plus, you'll find all the top quality brands you love, like Nike, Jordan, Levi's, and the all-new Epic Threads. Shop Macy's and make the first day back the best one yet. Check out Macy's.com/back to school today.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Make cleaning a breeze with Lysol disinfecting wipes. They kill 99.9% of viruses and bacteria when used as directed, keeping your home more sanitized and better for your whole crew. From kitchen counters to kids' toys, Lysol wipes clean and disinfect all those surfaces we touch every day. Plus, they're 3 times stronger than paper towels. Find them at Target and keep your place fresh, clean, and protected from germs.
Zolak and Bertrand are doing the heavy lifting of Boston sports, getting you through your workday. Listen every weekday at 10 a.m. on the air, online at 985thesportshub.com, and on the Sports Hub app. Download it today wherever you get your apps. Hi there. Thanks for tuning in to the Sports Hub.
Xfinity here. How can we help?
Hi. My daughter invited her entire class to her birthday party. Can my Wi-Fi handle it?
Oh, well, at Xfinity, our latest gateways have tri-band Wi-Fi technology, letting you connect hundreds of devices at once.
No way. So if all the kids are watching stuff on their phones, well, their parents are sharing videos online.
Yep, go ahead and watch videos. They can all do their thing and party their way. No problem.
Oh, we are going to need a bigger cake.
Now through September 12th, get fast, reliable, 300 megabit Xfinity internet for $30 a month for 12 months with no annual contract and unlimited data included. Visit Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Xfinity, bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Requires payroll plan and auto pay with stored bank account. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Currently $80 a month. Actual speeds vary.
The home of the bees, the Sports Hub.
It's Patriots preview driven by the all-electric Honda Prologue. Welcome back. It's Beadle and Gasper, now joined by Phil Perry, who will be settling in to call Patriots game for the second straight week with Bob Socci. Phil, I'd like to tell you off the top that my partner Chris Gasper would prefer you say Bob's name less tonight than you did in week 1.
I often do that, Chris, is when I'm speaking to someone, Chris, I use their name quite a bit, Chris. Because I've heard that when people hear their own name, Chris, it actually helps them feel more comfortable, Chris. So I will try to dial that back tonight, though. I appreciate that.
I was saying, first of all,
thank you, Phil.
It picked up on social media. I was just saying, and I thought you did a great job. I definitely couldn't do it. But I was saying, I think tonight you should refer to him, and Bob agreed, as Mr. Sosi.
That is true. He
Bob
does make me do that away from the microphone, so I don't know why I would switch it up for games. But that's something that I'm going to have to adjust tonight, too. Listen, it's preseason for all of us. We're all trying to learn and just get better every day.
Bob prefers Bob in game so that he comes off like less of an egomaniac. That's what it is.
Yeah. The everyman.
That's what they're always saying about Sosi. Man, huge head.
But I got to say, I mean, I threw, I threw that out there, and he bit like right away on the Mr. Sosi. So just letting you know.
No, that's good. Hey, anything that improves our chemistry, I think is really going to help the broadcast, and that's what we're here to do.
Phil, the Patriots offense could use an improvement in chemistry. Where do we go from here? Where do we go from this week, Phil?
The offensive line was a mess, and they got their tails handed to them throughout the practice. It was the first unit and the second unit. We've talked quite a bit about the second unit offensive line really not giving Drake May an opportunity to show what he can do because those reps are over before they begin. Well, that happened again on Tuesday. But it was also the first group offensive line. City So had a bad practice. I thought Micah Wenu had a bad practice. Chuksa Okorafor had a bad practice. So when you're looking at the starting line and you're saying to yourself, okay, David Andrews had a pretty good practice and Vidarian Lowe at left tackle actually had a pretty good practice. Like, where does that tell you your line is? And so tonight for me, aside from how Drake May plays and the quarterbacks in general, how they look, we have to take a close look at this offensive line and see how they hold up against what is going to be essentially Eagles backups. They're not getting the first teamers out there. Jalen Carter, who was maybe the best player on the field on Tuesday, is in street clothes on the sidelines right now. I just walked by him. But he did whatever he wanted on Tuesday, and this line has to show that it can exhibit some level of cohesion against the backups to keep these guys protected. Or to me, there are going to be real changes. Like, I'm wondering, guys, because Layden Robinson has had some good practices. I thought he actually had a pretty good game the other night against Carolina. Do they eventually kick around the idea of moving Owenu to tackle and putting Layden Robinson at right guard, where he played pretty much every game at Texas A&M and was deemed worthy of a 4th-round pick? If you're a guard 4th-round pick, you've got to be able to play and play early. And so with the offensive line looking the way it's looked, that would be a change that I would certainly be open to if I'm the Patriots coaching staff.
It's something that Chris was just talking about a few minutes ago. I would just add into this, if I could add to that. They've tried everything they could possibly try at tackle. What else can they try? They're out of options, right? I'm saying without moving Owenu.
I see. I see.
I mean, aside from doing that, which we've all talked about for months, they've tried everything else to avoid it, and it hasn't worked.
Well, what's frustrating for me is that, look, a lot of this front office was here last year, and they saw the issues they had up front, and they saw how resistant Bill was to moving Owenu to tackle until, the basically the Vegas game or after the Vegas game, whatever it was. So why would you repeat the same process? I wouldn't even call it a mistake. The same process. If you're just going to end up in the same spot all over again. That's what's frustrating to me. I know it's a different coaching staff, but Mayo was here last year.
I can tell you
Wolf
why.
was here. Matt Groh was here. They saw what happened.
I'll tell you why. And I'm not saying they're right for this, but it is why. And that is they did bring in some new faces at tackle, and they wanted to give it a try because I think that they would prefer, and a lot of quarterbacks would prefer, that if they're facing pressure, Tom Brady was like this forever, if he's going to face pressure, he'd rather have it come off the edge, right? And you look at these two quarterbacks, they're not exactly quick, right? Jacoby Brissett, not fast, not quick. Drake May, I don't think quickness is one of his strengths.
Drake May can scramble.
He's an athlete, but he's not Kyler Murray quick.
Right, but he's not quick. What
Sure.
he can do is he can step up in the pocket, evade the rush, make a play, but I don't think he's a guy who's going on the run. Do you? To avoid being taken down?
He can get outside the tackle box and run to buy time. Is he going to run 65 yards down the field?
Correct. He's not a huge threat with his legs.
But he can buy time.
fine, but I'm just saying that's why they did it that way. I think that they were wrong because they didn't acquire someone who was talented enough at tackle to really make that a go. But that's why, if you're just looking for the why, I think that's what it is. Hey, it's not the same group of players. We did bring in some new names.
Yep.
I would even count Calvin Anderson as one of the new names, if you will.
Sure.
Right? So it's like, let's give it a go and see if we can make that work. I just think they've got enough evidence now that they know it's not going to work.
Well, to that point, Phil, I mean, have you heard anything? You know, again, last year they made the deals for Vidarian Lowe and Tyrone Wheatley Jr. I know there's probably not a lot out there, but what are the odds of them bringing in additional bodies at this point to try and help out there that could actually end up being starting caliber players, not just roster fodder?
Sure. I mean, guys like, Donovan Smith is out there still. Charles Leno, I believe, is still out there. Now, are these guys above average tackles? No, they're probably not. But they've started a ton of games at tackle and at left tackle in particular. And so, that should be something that they're kicking around. My guess is they're going to be willing to try something like Robinson in Owenu to the outside before they start bringing in guys that they haven't seen before and have to try to teach them the language and get them ingratiated in the offense and all that. I think the other reason, just to add to the point you were making about, interior protection versus edge protection, the one thing that I have heard football people say is you can help a tackle, right? Those are the most valuable guys on the offensive line because the ones who can do it on their own are rare. But it's much easier to say, running back, you got to go chip on your way out. Tight end, you're staying in to help block, at least initially on this play, to help out our tackle. At guard, it can be a little bit more difficult. But again, to me, you should be able to get by with a 4th-round pick playing a lot of reps for you at guard. And that, to me, would free up Owenu to go to tackle. And now it's, okay, Chuks Okorafor versus Vidarian Lowe. Having one spot settled, I think, would just help settle the entire thing. And by the way, I know Vidarian Lowe has become a punchline, and rightfully so, for like the better part of the last 12 months here. He's probably been their best tackle over the course of the last 2 weeks of camp. He's got really long arms. It looks like Scott Peters has done a pretty good job with him. I've seen him go against legit NFL talent on the edge, whether it's Dietrich Wise or Keon White or some of these guys at Philly in these one-on-one situations, and he does okay. And so if there's a tackle who gets moved, my guess right now, based on how they've played, would be they would be more willing to keep Lowe in than Okorafor, because to me, Okorafor has had a tough time lately.
That makes a lot of sense, certainly. Looking at the defensive side of the ball, and I know we've been talking about this, but I thought it was interesting in terms of Bob's interview there with Gerard Mayo and talking about the trade of Judon and talking about it through sort of the prism of they're used to having a defense without a premier pass rusher, and him saying, there have been years where we didn't have that guy and we would scheme things up. I feel fairly confident that we will be able to do that. Do you share that same confidence? No Barmore, no Judon, that they can just scheme their way around that?
It gets a lot tougher without Barmore. I know they were still in a lot of categories of top 10 defense without Judon and Christian Gonzalez for most of the season. So now you're talking about, in a lot of ways, running it back, subtracting Barmore, adding Gonzalez. Is that a wash to you? I don't know. Some people would say corner is actually a more valuable position than interior rusher. To me, when it comes to pass rush in particular, he made everything go because he attracted so much attention. Now, they'll blitz a lot, I'm thinking, especially based on how they handled the preseason game. I know our buddy Greg Bedard is tracking all the blitzes.
Yeah.
They led the league in blitzes in the first week of the preseason.
44%.
I mean, it seems like DeMarcus Covington's going to be a very aggressive guy, which I think actually suits the personnel on this team. Jabril Peppers and Kyle Duggar, they love nothing more than to get off the field and get closer to the line of scrimmage. And they'll run a lot of games and stunts, and they'll try to scheme it up that way. Will it be as effective as it was last year? Maybe not, but I think you can generate a pass rush doing that. I do.
Do they have the secondary, though? If you're going to do all that blitzing, yeah. So do they have the secondary that can hold up if you're going to do all those blitzes?
I think the secondary is better than it was last year. I do. I know Jonathan Jones and Marcus Jones are banged up, and my guess is they're not going to play tonight because they really haven't practiced. But if you have Christian Gonzalez and you have those other two, and you have the safeties that you like, to me, that's a pretty good secondary. That's the strength of their defense right now.
They didn't have an answer for A.J. Brown this week, that's for sure.
I thought Christian Gonzalez actually ended up having a pretty good practice.
Really? I didn't think he was bad, but I thought it sort of got overrated, inflated out based on what A.J. Brown said about him afterwards.
I can tell you as disappointing as the offensive line performance was in that practice on Tuesday for Patriots staffers, they were as encouraged on the other side by how the defense looked. So they thought they performed and acquitted themselves very nicely on Tuesday. We'll see how that looks tonight. Again, they're not getting to play any starters, so I don't know how the Patriots are going to handle their starters on the defensive side, but you should see them do a pretty good job tonight against Philly backups.
All right, Phil Perry, that is.
Mark, Chris.
Thank you.
Chris, Mark,
thank you for your
Have
time,
a great
Phil.
call,
Thank
Phil.
you. Looking forward to talking to my friend Bob.
To your call. Phil,
That's
with
Mr.
Bob,
Sosi to you.
a.k.a.
That's right.
Mr. Sosi.
That's right. Thanks, guys.
All of that is coming up in a short period of time as we are approaching kickoff here at Gillette Stadium, just about 20 minutes from now. We've got more, an update here on the weather and such. We'll do that coming up next on the Safety Insurance 98.5 Sports Hub Patriots Radio Network.
Are you feeling overwhelmed by home improvement projects? At Marshall Building and Remodeling, we want to get you the information you need without feeling pressured. We have a complete customer care team and thousands of reviews, so you know you're in good hands. Choose Marshall. We protect what's inside by caring for what's outside.
Spin your passion into a business with Shopify and break sales records with the world's best converting checkout. Let's hear that one more time. The world's best converting checkout. Shopify's legendary checkout makes it easier for customers to shop on your website, across social media, and everywhere in between. Now that's music to your ears. Any way you spin it, you can be a smash hit with Shopify. Start your $1 a month trial today at shopify.com/records.
Getting ready for back to school at Macy's is all about fresh starts and new looks, making it one of summer's greatest hits. Save on must-haves like cargos, mini dresses, jeans, and more that'll hold up from the first day of school to the last. Plus, you'll find all the top quality brands you love, like Nike, Jordan, Levi's, and the all-new Epic Threads. Shop Macy's and make the first day back the best one yet. Check out Macy's.com/back to school today.
Jason Tatum plays here.
Zip the entry to Smart. No, what bounce pass to the cutter. Jason Tatum, who lays it up and in with the right hand. And the Celtics are dancing right now. They're Brogdon across half court. And fans headed for the exit. Tatum, pull up three. Good night. You know what MVPs do? They still got 29. Tatum to the right. Holds up on LeBron. They're isolated. Right side of the floor. Tatum spins on the baseline. Turns. Fade. Got it!
This is the home of the Celtics. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Hey folks, it's Brian from Norfolk Power. Landscapers and contractors. Get into Norfolk Power now to build your custom equipment package. We're the leading destination for your construction attachment needs. Turn your excavator into a Swiss Army knife with an Encon tilt rotator. Blow through tree work with that diamond mulching head, or smash up an old patio with the Land Pride hammer. And you can haul it all away with the Max D trailer, the best trailer brand in the business. Visit any of our Norfolk Power stores or text us at 508-384-0011. Norfolk Power. Get the power.
Want to further a career in broadcasting? Jobs in advertising, sales, promotions, news, business administration, engineering, and more are available at the Massachusetts Broadcasters Association Virtual Job Fair. Find out more next week at broadcastersvirtualjobfair.com. Get information about the kinds of jobs available in the broadcast industry, as well as specific positions here at Beasley Media Group in Boston. Minorities and women are strongly encouraged to visit. Brought to you by Beasley Media Group Boston at broadcastersvirtualjobfair.com. Beasley Media Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Football is finally back, and you can score big this season by heading on over to findmassmoney.gov. 1 in 10 people have unclaimed property in Massachusetts, so visit findmassmoney.gov today and see if you have money waiting for you.
Our daughter Jessie loves playing detective. A clue.
But since we discovered she has sensitive skin, we've been playing detective too.
We thought the problem was our puppy.
But it was actually our old detergent.
Aha.
So we switched to Tide Free and Gentle. Tide cleans better than the leading competitive free detergent, and it doesn't leave behind irritating residues.
Plus, Tide Free and Gentle has no dyes or perfumes, so it's gentle on her skin.
Case closed.
If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Free and Gentle.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5thesportshub.com.
Welcome back to Patriots Preview, driven by the all-electric Honda Prologue. Taking a look at tonight's game. Taking a look at the weather for tonight's game, I should say. It looks, Chris, like the majority of the big rain is over. There is still a chance of passing showers, though, over the next couple of hours, but I think the bulk of it has come to a close here in Foxborough. With the rain, it cooled off. 65 degrees currently, and partly sunny, I should say. The sun is still trying to poke through a little bit. Pretty cloudy, though, when I look out now.
Yeah.
It was. The sun was trying to poke through. A little bit of a mist, but no real wind to speak of. The flags at the top of the goalposts are not moving very much. It was breezy earlier, so maybe that kicks up again at some point tonight. We're watching some of those kicking warm-ups again. And Ryland had a few that went wide of the net again this week. That's 2 weeks in a row.
He did. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know if there's something about the game field for him. He's not quite as comfortable. But no, it's actually a pretty comfortable night, Beetle, to play football.
And so for the Patriots, they go out with a chance to showcase the 3rd overall pick, Drake May. He is expected to play in this game tonight, and he will be out there, we expect, sometime around the start of the second quarter. By the way, your tackles tonight, Vidarian Lowe will start at left tackle, and Chukwuka Four will be at right tackle. Phil Perry will have the full starting lineups for you coming up in just moments here from Gillette Stadium. That's what's coming up next, as Bob Sosi and Phil Perry will have the call of the game from the DraftKings broadcast booth. DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the New England Patriots. This has been Patriots Preview, driven by the all-electric Honda Prologue. Contact your local New England Honda dealers to learn more or shop online at newengland.hondadealers.com. It's the Patriots and Eagles preseason game number 2. And it comes your way next, right here on the Safety Insurance 98.5 The Sports Up Patriots Radio Network.
This has been Patriots Preview, driven by the all-electric Honda Prologue.
Hey, let's make a play. Let's make a play.
Also brought to you by Safety Insurance, Mass General Cancer Center, your local New England Honda dealers, Catches Law, Credit Union's Kids at Heart, Apex Entertainment Center, Dig Safe, Wendy's, 128 Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, Electric, and Drains, Delta Airlines, and by Bud Light.
Hey, set the tone. Set the tone.
By Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Clinton Savings Bank, VA New England, United Ag and Turf, Peerless Boilers, your New England Ford dealers, Eastern Propane and Oil, Town Fair Tire, and by Comcast Business.
Finish! Finish! Run!
By Bigelow Tea, United Construction and Forestry, Trades by James, Live Nation, UMass Lowell, your New England Chevy dealers, Reed's Ferry Storage Sheds, Roach Brothers, Dairy Queen, and by the Peterson School.
Yeah! There we go! There we go, fellas!
The kickoff is next on the Safety Insurance 98.5 The Sports Hub Patriots Radio Network.
Spin your passion into a business of Shopify and break sales records with the world's best converting checkout. Let's hear that one more time. The world's best converting checkout. Shopify's legendary checkout makes it easier for customers to shop on your website, across social media, and everywhere in between. Now that's music to your ears. Any way you spin it, you can be a smash hit with Shopify. Start your $1 a month trial today at shopify.com/records.
You know how old your roof is or if it has any missing shingles? Would you know if it's still under warranty or how many years it has left? An hour of your time can get you a free inspection, honest advice, and an exact price if your roof needs replacement. Choose Marshall, your local roofing, siding, and window people.
Getting ready for back to school at Macy's is all about fresh starts and new looks, making it one of summer's greatest hits. Save on must-haves like cargos, mini dresses, jeans, and more that'll hold up from the first day of school to the last. Plus, you'll find all the top quality brands you love, like Nike, Jordan, Levi's, and the all-new Epic Threads. Shop Macy's and make the first day back the best one yet. Check out Macy's.com/back to school today.
You're busy. Let cleaning be quick and easy. Lysol disinfecting wipes kill 99.9% of viruses and bacteria when used as directed, keeping your space cleaner and fresher. From kitchen counters to your home office to your favorite gadgets and devices, Lysol wipes clean and disinfect the high-touch surfaces we use every day. Plus, they're 3 times stronger than paper towels. Get them at Target and keep your place protected from germs.
Did you know that driving under the influence of marijuana is illegal? Driving high will get you a DUI. And if you're wondering if law enforcement can tell you're driving high, well, everyone else can. Friends,
I can tell you drove high.
parents,
I can tell when you drive high.
relatives.
I can tell. You drove here high, didn't you?
So what makes you think law enforcement can't?
I can tell.
If you feel different, you drive different. Drive high, get a DUI. Paid for by NHTSA.
Zolak and Bertrand are doing the heavy lifting of Boston sports, getting you through your workday. Listen every weekday at 10 a.m. on the air, online at 985thesportshub.com, and on the Sports Hub app. Download it today wherever you get your apps. Hi there. Thanks for tuning in to the Sports Hub.
The Celtics play here, the Sports Hub.
At the 11-11 mark of the second quarter in the preseason opener, no score between the Patriots and the Carolina Panthers. And mark this as the moment that Drake May, the first-year quarterback, third overall pick out of North Carolina, takes the field for the first time as a New England Patriot in a preseason game. It proved to be only a cameo last Thursday for rookie Drake May, appearing in just one series opposite the Panthers. Tonight, however, May is expected to see far more extensive action against the Eagles, coming off Tuesday's joint practice with Philly.
Ups and downs. I think, 7 on, I threw the football well. First team period was okay. Then down here in the red zone, could have made a better throw. JP down here on the slot fade. Other than that, great reps to learn from.
Meanwhile, May's rookie classmate Jalen Polk looks to continue his increasingly steady performance as one of the Pats' top receivers this summer.
The biggest thing, man, really just, staying consistent. Coming out here each and every day and being consistent. I mean, you got a lot of guys that's depending on you. So, the main thing is just you're going out there and being consistent.
The NFL education of the Pats youngsters continues in their final home game of the preseason against deep and talented Philly.
This is Patriots football.
Set to go. Snap, ball down. Kick up. Kick is on the way, and it is good. It's good. It's good. Adam Vinatieri moves a 48-yard field goal, and the game is over. And the Patriots are Super Bowl champions.
The Patriots are brought to you by Safety Insurance, Mass General Cancer Center, your local New England Honda dealers, Catches Law, Credit Union's Kids at Heart, Apex Entertainment Center, Dig Safe, Wendy's, 128 Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, Electric, and Drains, Delta Airlines, and by Bud Light.
Wilson, quick throw. Intercepted by Matthew Butler with 20 seconds to go. It's Super Bowl 49.
By Valvoline Instant Oil Change, Clinton Savings Bank, VA New England, United Ag and Turf, Peerless Spoilers, your New England Ford dealers, Eastern Propane and Oil, Town Fair Tire, and by Comcast Business.
Driving forward. Diving to the goal line. It's still
a touchdown and a title for the Patriots.
I can't believe it.
They have completed the greatest comeback in Super Bowl history.
By Bigelow Tea, United Construction and Forestry, Drains by James, Live Nation, UMass Lowell, your New England Chevy dealers, Reed's Ferry Storage Sheds, Roach Brothers, Dairy Queen, and by the Peterson School.
And the Patriots are world champions again. 24-21, back-to-back world championships, 3 out of 4. Yes, it's a dynasty.
And the Patriots have won their 6th Super Bowl title. Yes, it's still a dynasty.
Now, here's Bob Sosi and Phil Perry.
And hello again, everyone. A very pleasant good evening. Welcome to Foxborough's Gillette Stadium for the second preseason game of 2024 between the New England Patriots and the Philadelphia Eagles. Bob Sosi, glad to be joined once again by Phil Perry. It's great to have you with us. And Phil, when we were in this booth a week ago for the Pats Panthers, it seemed like Matthew Judon and the Patriots, according to head coach Gerard Mayo, were in a good place. We're in this booth right now, and he's in a different place as an Atlanta Falcon.
Yeah, it will be really interesting to see how the team moves forward without, arguably, Bob, their best player defensively. But this was a move the team felt as though it had to make. This was the prudent move, in my opinion. You're building towards something down the road here. Does it hurt your defense in 2024? It does. But you get a third-round pick, and I've spoken to executives across the league in the last 24 hours, Bob, who are very surprised. One general manager told me he was, quote-unquote, shocked that they were able to get a third-round pick from the Atlanta Falcons. So on the Patriots front office, good job by them acquiring value from Atlanta. And for Matthew Judon, gets to play in a different city and potentially get that new deal he's looking for.
And it restarts the news cycle on a Wednesday preceding this game after a Tuesday in which the Patriots really struggled offensively in the team drills versus a deep and talented Philadelphia defense.
Boy, the coaching staff knows that the offensive line was torn to shreds, Bob, in that practice. They got about 70 competitive snaps against the Eagles. Their offense did in that practice, and the offensive line struggled throughout. So how do they perform today? They get another crack at it now. David Andrews, Sidiso, Mike Owenu, we think those guys are going to be a big part of what they end up doing in 2024 here along the offensive line. They're going to get some work tonight. They have to show out better than they did on Tuesday, that's for sure.
We know the offensive line factored into the lack of playing time for the first two quarterbacks, Jacoby Brissett and Drake May last week. That should change despite their misgivings right now, concerns about that line tonight.
So what has been reported by our buddy, Albert Breer, Sports Illustrated, is that we will see Gerard Mayo on the broadcast earlier tonight talking about how Jacoby Brissett will play the first quarter, Drake May will play in the second quarter, and then get some time even into the third quarter. So I think that could be really valuable for him, Bob, Drake May in particular, where not only will he, we assume, get some reps with the first teamers in the second quarter, but he'll potentially get a chance to run a 2-minute drill. He'll get the opportunity to go in the locker room, experience an NFL halftime, come back out and go through all those procedural things that you have to do at the pro level that maybe you didn't have to do in college. So I think this could end up being a really valuable experience for May.
What else are you looking for tonight from the Patriots? You've got copious notes. That spiral notebook of yours, which we see all the time when you and Tom Curran are standing next to one another for your post-practice reports. What's in that notebook tonight that Phil Perry wants to see this evening from the Patriots?
There's a lot of intel in this notebook, Bob. You know that. Here's what I want to see from the offense is not only can you protect him, whether it's Jacoby Brissett or Drake May, that's question number one. Question number two, for me, is who is protecting the quarterback? Because for me, the offensive line performance has been, let's say, rocky, to be polite, enough that they should be considering some changes. For most of the summer, it's been Chuks Okorafor, Sidney So, David Andrews, Mike Owenu, Vidarian Lowe. To me, you have to figure out a way to get the rookie Layden Robinson in, Bob, because I think he might help.
And Rocky, an appropriate choice with Philly in town as the Patriots take on the Eagles this evening. Coming up next, the United Ag and Turf starting lineups and the kickoff on the Safety Insurance 98.5, the Sports Hub, Patriots Radio Network.
Getting ready for back to school at Macy's is all about fresh starts and new looks, making it one of summer's greatest hits. Save on must-haves like cargos, mini dresses, jeans, and more that'll hold up from the first day of school to the last. Plus, you'll find all the top quality brands you love, like Nike, Jordan, Levi's, and the all-new Epic Threads. Shop Macy's and make the first day back the best one yet. Check out Macy's.com/back to school today.
At Marshall, we never want you to feel overwhelmed. We pride ourselves on great communication and customer service. We'll come out to your home, take measurements and photos, and together customize the right project for your home and budget. Choose Marshall, your local roofing, siding, and window people.
Fall's coming. You have a lot to prepare for. Back to school, family gatherings, and staying on top of your health. The virus that causes COVID-19
And we use washcloths, just
No,
FYI.
you got to use washcloths.
Well, a lot of people don't use washcloths.
Not just
a lot
the
of
soap.
people take showers 2, maybe 3 times a week.
No.
That's 2 showers in 7 days. I'm like, well, are you just sitting at home?
Yes.
Or are you out in the world?
No, you're out in the world. You're touching stuff is dirty. All right.
All right. I just want to throw that out there. There's a lot of people, a lot of that going on.
I got you. All right. Let's welcome in the Odd Couple crew. We wouldn't be able to do this fine radio program without them. Alex, of course, is our engineer. Don't forget Tysher's Tower of Trivia coming up in the 3rd hour.
Ephraim, do not worry. I do shower every day, and I also use a washcloth.
Very nice. Very nice. Patrick is our producer, and for Rob G, who's on vacation, and of course, Mr. Steve DeSager.
Hey, Steve.
Who is without question the best update anchor on
hands
National
down.
Sports Talk Radio.
Hands down.
And I'll say it every time. And I don't care if he blushes. I don't care if he's like, I can't believe Rob's saying
he knows.
this.
He knows.
And Steve knows. Anybody who knows me knows I don't just pass out compliments.
I know. I've been waiting on one for about 5 years
Keep
now.
waiting.
So I just,
Keep
you
waiting.
know, I've been holding my breath, man. I had to take little
You
breaths.
are right, though, Rob. See, Steve DeSager's like the Michael Jordan. He won't tell you he's the best. He's not like LeBron. He
Right.
knows he's the best.
I like it. I like it.
Yes. He just does a great job. All right.
Goat.
Let's start here. Russell Wilson will make his debut for the Pittsburgh Steelers on Saturday, right? And Mike Tomlin, the coach of the Steelers, said he will play as long as the calf thing doesn't bother. You know, there's no issue there, and he's going to play. And there are a lot of people, obviously Justin Fields, because of the calf injury, got a lot more reps, first team, they got to play. And people are like, well, maybe they should go with Justin Fields. And I'm not in that camp. I'm like, if you're the Steelers, and somehow, and you notice, Ephraim, they've been able to somehow be 500 with no quarterback basically the last 4 years. I mean, just awful quarterback play. And now you got a quarterback who went to back-to-back Super Bowls, who won a Super Bowl, and last year, with Denver, I'm not saying he was an all-pro, but he had a pretty good year for them. He did. And they can discount it, and he never threw more than over 8 yards, and whatever you want to do. All the numbers point that he had a good year.
And they
at
stack up
quarterback.
with what he did before.
100%. So if I'm the Steelers and I went out and I got him first, and then Justin Fields became available because all you needed to do was give up a couple of tackle dummies and a bag of balls, and you could have Justin Fields. Nobody seemed to want a young, athletic, running quarterback with a lot of upside. It was shocking that because everybody needs a quarterback. Half the league needs a quarterback.
Yeah.
But Ethan, I'm asking you, where are you on this if you're pitching?
Number one, I would love to just start off the show disagreeing with you. All right.
But did that make sense?
Get those prickly gray hairs
Well,
going.
you already know.
Going
There's plenty
in
of
here.
time for that.
Yeah. But you're absolutely right. If Russell Wilson is healthy, then he should be the starting quarterback. Number one, Mike Tomlin, the Steelers franchise, they're not in the business. Oh, we're just going to sit back. We're going to see how this thing goes. They're in the business of winning.
They're trying to win now. You see the
Right
moves
now.
that Pittsburgh's
They're
doing.
trying to win
enough
right now.
with the 8-8 or 9-8
Yeah,
or whatever. Enough with that.
They're trying to win now, and I believe, based on the sample size of both, it's not even a sample size for Russell Wilson at this point. Best on the career of Russell Wilson, I would lean towards him being the starter. Not lean towards, I would make him the starter because he's had ultimate success. He's won the ultimate game.
Should have won two.
Should have won two.
I mean,
not his fault.
No,
Not his fault.
Because that ball shouldn't have been thrown. Forget
we
about
know
that.
it. We know what that is.
Right.
We know what that is. But although I am a fan of Justin Fields, I think he got dealt a tough hand going to Chicago and the roster they had in the 2-3 years of them not doing anything to really improve that roster to help him out, as well as having the right offensive coordinator there. I think that hampered his development. But right now for the Steelers, they're not looking to take on a project. They're looking to compete in a division that's steep with talent and quarterbacks. And so they're going with the proven commodity
until he proves he can't play, right?
And that's what you do. You don't do it the other way around. You don't go in with someone who hasn't had the level of success, hoping and wishing they have success all of a sudden. You go with the proven commodity, which is Russell Wilson, and they're really trying to make a run at this thing.
No doubt about it. I mean, they wouldn't have gone after him if you're rebuilding, or you're saying, well, we're not there. You know what I mean? And let's get Justin Fields, and maybe he'll develop into that guy we want. And because we're 2 years away, or a year or two away, then it makes total sense.
Yeah.
But when you go right after him,
they wanted him. They knew what they wanted. They wanted him, and so they went after him. They knew he could come in and offer stability at a position that they had not had stability in since Big Ben retired 2 years too late. But nevertheless, Mike Tomlin isn't in the business of rebuilding, because normally when you rebuild, there's a point where you're under 500, or you're picking early in the drafts and all of that, and they haven't had that. So he's really looking to compete in this division.
100%. They're expecting big things. We already know that they've have a defense, and all they really
they have the pieces,
right. All they need is a very good quarterback. He doesn't have to be
great. You can't just be can't be bad.
Right. You can't be bad, and that's what they've had and been dealing with as time goes on. But there are other people who think Justin Fields, as you said, got the raw deal in Chicago, was given a bad pastrami sandwich without mustard.
No
it had
mustard.
mayonnaise on it. It had mayonnaise on it.
Just made my skin crawl.
All right. So he had that. So he couldn't excel and couldn't perform as well. And now they're saying, well, now with these pieces, parts, here's a better opportunity. Let him play.
No, he's not ready yet. No, he's not ready yet, because what you want to do is you want to hit the ground running. You don't want to hit the ground with a we'll see what happens type of attitude. You want to hit
Can
the
you
ground
imagine if they went with him, lost the first 2 or 3 games?
and then it's over.
Right.
It's over.
Right.
There's nowhere to go.
See,
right?
At
So
least you know with Russell, and he can lose the first 2 or 3
if
games.
Russell
but
comes out and he's 0-4,
then you can make it say,
then we know
he's done.
Okay. All right. With all
and we're not going back to Russell
and we're not
Wilson,
going
right?
back. We're just
Right.
going to ride this out and address this depending on how Fields plays, we'll address the issue at the end of the season in the draft. So look, Mike Tomlin's in there like, look, man, I'm not throwing the towel in. And he's been very upfront and very honest and open, like he always is when he's talking to the media about what's going on at the Steelers. Look, man, he's still of the adage, we're going to put the best 11 on the field, no matter what. And
hard to argue with that.
That's the only way you can go. If that's your argument with fans or with upper management, and they don't bother him, they let him run his team. Then you're going to say, hey, look, I'm putting the best 11. I don't care who's making who's what year, whatever. The best 11, both sides of the ball are going to be out there. That gives us the best chance to win and to fight in a division with the MVP in it, with a young quarterback who, if stays healthy, he's only gone to the AFC Championship and the Super Bowl. Right, so now this is the division you're fighting in this division with the Cleveland team, also with one of the top defenses in the league.
And if they get any,
what are you gonna do?
play,
It's
right.
over.
Exactly, no doubt. All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. It's real simple. If you're the Steelers, where are you going? Is this Russell Wilson's team? Or do you think that they should be bold? And I'll give you the other example real quick. We saw it with the 49ers and Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
They had Alex Smith. He was their guy. They were winning, right? And they saw Colin Kaepernick show up, and they made the switch, and what happened? They went to 3 NFC Championship games and the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So it has been done.
Yeah, but have they seen?
No, I'm just
look. It's easy to throw that out there, but have they seen?
But I'm
that
just giving
level?
you an example. I
right.
know
in practice. They know. We don't know. They know.
Right, they know. All right, 877-99 on Fox. It's a TV theme song Thursday here on The Odd Couple. Rob Parker, along with Ephraim Salam, in for the vacation, and Chris Broussard. Right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
Unless you're watching the preseason game like Ephraim in the US of A.
Oh, no. Oh,
all right, job searching can be a lonely process. Lonely. Endless searching, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish. Poof. It's time for a better way to find a job. Express Employment Professional is the local jobs expert you can trust, and they never charge a fee to help with your job search. Go to expresspros.com to find the office near you. Here's how it works. Each year, tens of thousands of job seekers find work with the help of Express Employment Professionals. And Express helps people find all kinds of jobs, from manufacturing to logistics to customer service to accounting and more. Getting an interview with Express can be as easy as a phone call. And with just one application with Express Employment Professionals, you're in the running for numerous opportunities in your community. Make your job search easier by letting the professionals at Express be your talent agent to find you the right spot on a great team. Express Employment Professionals is your one connection for getting a job. Visit expresspros.com today.
It's time to salivate. Time to get hyped.
Let's go, fellas, let's go.
And most importantly, time to lock in. NFL football's back. Football's back. I am ready for football. Be like football. The NFL preseason is here on Fox Sports Radio.
Hey, checking in?
This is not just your flu shot appointment at Walgreens.
Yes.
This is getting your entire family vaccinated in one trip.
Hey, Mom?
And a snack on the way out. Get flu shots for everyone in your family, together. Schedule appointments online today. This is wellness made easy. Walgreens.
Vaccine subject to availability and for ages 3+. State health-related restrictions may apply.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate. Not a rate based on Terry, who keeps and makes the car behind them. Oh no, they're about to. Save with DriveWise and the Allstate app and only pay a rate based on you.
Not available in every state, subject to terms and conditions. Rating factors and savings vary, and in some states your rate could increase with high-risk driving. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% when you buy 1 pallet or more of select shingles. Plus, save 10% when you buy 68 or more select OSB sheathing. And if you find a lower price in-store or online, we'll match it. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Ah, starting trouble. No one likes that. We can get you set up for some stronger starts. You might just need a fresh charge, and we can take care of that free of charge. But if it is time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that'll fit your needs, starting at just $79.99. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Want the best?
We're waiting.
A straight shooter.
That's the kind of guy that I am.
2 words. Doug Gottlieb.
Don't let me grab this mic right here one time.
Better yet, Coach Gottlieb.
Now you got it.
Admit it. Your afternoons just got better.
Dude, you get everybody in, you look them in the eye and go, let's go. You know who I am. Like, do you understand the value in that?
It's the Doug Gottlieb Show. Weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. Right here on Fox Sports Radio. And now, there are some shows you don't want to miss.
Anyway, it's a big story.
And there are some shows you can't miss.
Yes!
This is Covino and Rich.
Caitlin Clark visited the Yankees recently, and they made a big spectacle about it.
Oh, yeah,
She was in the booth.
It was a cool moment.
It was a cool moment. She got to meet Aaron Judge. He gave her cleats. She talked about that experience. She was saying how cool it was to meet him in person, how big he was, and she was saying he was swole, and 2 worlds collide, rival nations. this is what it's like when worlds collide. Two current greats in the game. They were happy to meet each other. There was a mutual respect. She got to meet Juan Soto. She was there in the Yankees locker room. So because Caitlin Clark was in the news, Aaron Judge's pictures went viral. I guess that's how the debate started. That's what I'm imagining.
Yeah, because
it's sort of random to say, well, who's more popular?
Yeah, well, I'll give him props. I believe it was Jay Stu,
Okay.
who eloquently made the argument that Caitlin Clark is the bigger name and star. And Dan Byer
Clark is the bigger name and star.
That's a good Jay Stu. And Dan Byer chimes in like, whoa, hold on. And my first instinct was, dude, Aaron Judge, no diggity, no doubt. And then then I was like, well, hold on.
Well, this goes
Hold
to something
on.
that Danny G always says. This could be a prisoner of the moment situation where maybe right now and in the moment is Caitlin Clark.
Well, dude, that
But
moment's
overall-
been like 2 years now.
Yeah, but dude, Aaron Judge is.
Hey, this is Cheech, and this is Chung, and you're listening to Covino and Rich, so listen up.
To get the rest of what Covino and Rich said, podcast it by searching Covino and Rich. And as always, you can hear Covino and Rich weekdays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio.
Are y'all ready to have some
On
fun?
the Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon.
I'm just going to say it because it's going to seem weird.
You'll get this.
I'm not saying the guy's overrated.
And some of this.
Oh,
Like death, pettiness knows no tax bracket.
And on occasion,
What's our disaster scenario early on in the season?
that.
Yeah, baby.
Let's go.
It's the Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon. Weeknights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. One more Dan Patrick.
That sounds like he might be touchable.
One more Colin Cowherd.
Be honest about it.
How about some more Doug Gottlieb?
I want to be your guy who's here every single stinking day.
More Fox Sports Radio?
Any way you want this, I can make it happen.
Then it's yours. All of it. Download the iHeartRadio app and indulge while you do things.
Do it.
That's a good thing.
This is Fox Sports Radio. The most fearless voice in sports is on FS1. The one and only Colin Cowherd is bold, unique, and outspoken.
Wow.
You can see him on The Herd, weekdays at noon Eastern on FS1 in the Fox Sports app.
You know it's a TV theme song Thursday, right?
I love it.
Now, this theme song was a real song. It wasn't a theme song made for the TV show.
Yeah.
Steve DeSega, who made this? It's a rock group. The Avengers, but they made this song and they used it for the TV show. Hawaii 5-0. All right, it is the Odd Couple on a TV theme song Thursday. Coming to you live from the TireRack.com studios. And our thanks to Rapid Radios, the official communication device of Fox Sports Radio. Rapid Radios are the instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE. I love this, Alex, the long version. Coverage and no subscription or monthly fees. A great alternative to mobile phones for your kids. We use them here at the show. So go to rapidradios.com for up to 60% off and free shipping. Our telephone number 877-99 on Fox. And our question is very simple. Is it about Russell Wilson or Justin Fields? If you were the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are you going with at quarterback?
Let's see what the people think. We got Dennis from Akron. You on the Odd Couple with Ephraim and Rob. What you got?
Well, Ephraim, it's great to hear one of the greats that ever laced them up. You are one of the best.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
And Rob, it's always a pleasure to talk to you, my friend.
Unbelievable.
I am a Steelers aficionado of 50 years, and it's very simple. You go with Russell Wilson. The man's been in 2 Super Bowls, should have won both Super Bowls. He is a veteran. He's got the experience. That's what you go with.
It's a no-brainer. I think so, right?
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you're
By the
absolutely
way-
right, Dennis. Go ahead.
And Rob, by the way, that was by the Ventures. It was number 4 in 1969.
That's it. The Ventures,
Look
right?
at this.
I knew it.
My
I was
man
like,
Dennis, man.
Dennis, very good. And I was like, I know that was a regular song, and what a theme song it turned out to be for
Yeah,
Hawaii
man.
5-0.
I made a lot of
Everybody
money
knows
off of that.
No doubt.
Again.
Thanks, Dennis.
Appreciate you, Dennis. Thank you, brother.
877-99 on Fox.
Oh, we got a big one here. We got Shaq in Virginia. You on the Odd Couple
Shaq.
with Ephraim and Rob. What you got?
What's good, E? What's good, Rob?
How are you,
what's
Shaq?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up, man? I'm doing all right, man. But I'm a big Fields supporter, man. Even going back to Ohio State, but I got to be honest, man. I think 85% of his issues is just like his quarterback feel and like anticipatory skills. I don't think it's catching on as quick as it should be. So you got to go with Russ. And to be honest, man, the only way I can see Fields really making it there is if Russ stinks it up and he comes in and hits the ground running. Because what's going to stop them from getting the quarterback next year that's 5 years younger without the option and all of that stuff? Like, he's really in a tight space. So, man, it's really got to work when he gets a chance. And I wouldn't do it week one.
No, you're absolutely right.
He
You're
does.
right. Yeah,
Makes total sense. And if he does get a chance to play and he doesn't play well, they can move off of him.
Yeah, and I think it puts both of these quarterbacks in a position to where they gotta show up and show out, right? They're both in the exact same position, a little bit further on the career spectrum, but they're holding the same cards in their hands.
No doubt. 877-99 on Fox.
We got one more. We got Brady in Ontario. You on the Odd Couple with Rob and Ephraim. What you got?
Rob and Ephraim, you were one of the all-time greats in NFL history. And speak. I know.
Wait a minute.
First of all, be quiet. Let Brady speak, man. Okay.
What NFL were you watching?
Relax, man. Rob is a hater, Brady. I appreciate that compliment. Now go ahead with your comment, okay?
I know it's TV theme song on Thursday. So how about the Then Came Bronson theme song? I don't know if you ever remember that, but I'm 71 years old. That's why I remember it.
Hey, Brady, I'm gonna tell you this. You put me on to one of the all-time great theme songs, which I had never heard until you mentioned it. And this might have been when you were listening to my show in Detroit. I'm not even kidding you, because he lives in Windsor, Canada. And you brought up Branded, which was
Branded, yeah. I was going 1965 to 67.
And this is Chuck Connors after the Rifleman did this show called Branded, where they thought he deserted his
I remember that.
His what is it? The squad.
Army
post. Right.
And
everybody got killed. And so he had to go around proving himself that he wasn't a coward. And it was
I know. Well, I was talking about Then Came Bronson, Michael Parks, 1969 and 70. That seems. But anyway, no, I think you have to go with Wilson. He's been in 2 Super Bowls, won one, and he had a pretty good year despite the disrespect he was tendered last season by
Sean Payton. Total disrespect.
Yeah,
it was really bad.
Fields might not be quite, recovered from his horrible Chicago experience. Now, unless, if Wilson is really bad or they go 0-4 or 0-5 or something, then I can see putting Fields in there. But I think you have to give it to Wilson for this year, unless he's really bad, and then open it up to a competition for next year. So that's my opinion about it. And nice talking to you, Rob and Ephraim.
Appreciate you,
Brady. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, coming up next on The Odd Couple, we're going to talk with Jamie Harris. He's the sports editor of the Amsterdam News in New York. Catch up on the Yankees and what's going on with them. And Aaron Judge, we know, had the big night last night. We'll do that. But first, let's get you caught up with Mr. Steve DeSager. Steve, did you remember Branded or no? That show?
Do not.
Yeah. Chuck Connors, who was, of course, a baseball player.
Man,
he played for the Chicago Cubs.
Steve was like, man, I'm 27 years old. I don't remember no Brandon.
Might be 37, but okay, sure. Yeah, all right. You mentioned the Yankees. Orioles are half game behind the Yanks in the AL East. The Orioles are down 1-0 at home to Boston in the top of the 4th. Phillies out to a 4-0 lead on Washington in the bottom of the 3rd. The late game will be on FS1 in a half an hour. Twins at Texas. Today, Milwaukee with 3 runs, bottom of the 8th, beat the Dodgers 6-4. Oakland trailed the Mets 5-0 early, but beat New York 7-6.
Oh, that's a bad loss there.
It is, and the Mets have an actual chance for the postseason this year. Detroit over Seattle 2-1. Boy, no offense for the Mariners this year. And San Francisco shut out Atlanta 6-0. To the NFL exhibition, that's singular. There's only one tonight. It's late first quarter at New England. Philadelphia up 3-0 on a 42-yard field goal by Jake Elliott. I don't know if you saw the ending of the Eagles' opening exhibition last weekend. They got Elliott out there in the final seconds for a 50-yard attempt to win. It was tied 13-all, and it hit the upright no good. So they bring in the offense for the opposition. First play, sack, fumble.
No.
Eagles get the ball right back, kick a 49-yard field goal.
That's
to win.
unbelievable.
If this was regular season, they would still be talking about that.
Oh, yeah, and you know how many gamblers probably put their foot through the television set? Are you kidding?
Bad beat.
Well, The Odd Couple, if I may quote Oscar Madison from the old TV series,
Yes.
that's why they call it gambling.
No doubt.
No NFL games tomorrow. Most NFL teams will be playing this Saturday. A reminder, Sunday night on Fox TV, New Orleans at San Francisco. The Falcons signed free agent safety Justin Simmons, 1 year, $8 million. The Vikings say wide receiver Jordan Addison's ankle injury will not keep him out for an extended period of time. But Bills linebacker Matt Milano will miss at least a few months with a torn bicep. Back to you.
All right, Steve, appreciate it.
Thank you,
It is
Steve.
The Odd Couple. On a TV theme song Thursday, Rob Parker and Ephraim Salam in for Chris Bouchard. Coming to you live from the TireRack.com studios. Our next guest covers New York sports. He's the sports editor of the Amsterdam News. A friend of mine, Jamie Harris. Jamie, say hello to Ephraim Salam. What's up, buddy?
Ephraim, how you doing,
I'm
brother?
good,
What's going
Jamie.
on, Robo?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Doing great.
I'm great.
Let's talk New York Yankees baseball because they've turned the season around. They've done a lot of things, but let's start with Aaron Judge, who last night hit his 300. Wait a minute. Are we good? We got you. Okay. Hit his 300th home run and became the fastest player in Major League Baseball history to get there. Almost 132 games sooner than Ralph Kiner. And then also ahead of Babe Ruth as far as at-bats. So he did it on both levels, at-bats and games. How surprised are you, considering Aaron Judge, injuries, all the stuff, that he was able to make this happen and become the fastest to 300?
You know, Rob, I don't know if it's surprising, but it is highly impressive. And you just gave some of the historical comparisons. And to think that, you know, as a Yankee, he's exceeded Babe Ruth, who still is viewed as the greatest Yankee of all time and one of the greatest players, and certainly the first player who ushered in baseball the home run prior to Babe Ruth. The teams weren't hitting home runs, players weren't hitting home runs, but he did his, Babe Ruth, also after the dead ball era. So let's make that clear. So you know, it's just amazing to see what he did. And Rob, you think about this for a minute. On April 20th, Aaron Judge 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts in Yankee Stadium and was being booed.
They booed the hell.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Booed the hell out of him. He was, at the time, he was batting 179, and his OPS was slightly under 700. And he just shrugged it off and said, you know what? I've heard worse. And he was right, because since that time, he has been the best player in baseball. Obviously, Shohei Ohtani out there, he's been amazing. But Aaron Judge, since April 20th, since that time, he has been the best player in all of baseball.
And he looks good, too. Let's talk about Juan Soto. He's up for a new contract, and he turned down over $400+ million.
400
Yeah, now this is a 26-year-old turns down over $400 million. Do you think he can get to that number that we saw Shohei get to, or how close do you think he can get to that 700?
Well, Ethan, that's a great question. And remember, before he turned down the 440, he turned down 350 from the Nationals. So
right.
He's been betting on himself and winning. There's no question Juan Soto is going to approach those numbers, particularly because he's only 25 years old. So if we want to look at it from a standpoint of his age and a 10 to 12-year contract, which he's certainly going to command and get, that's a great investment. Juan Soto has proven that he is one of the best players in baseball, one of the best hitters in baseball, and he still hasn't reached his prime. So I don't know if it'll be 700, but he's going to get 600 plus. And I will say this. Juan Soto has fit in perfectly with the Yankees. I mean, he has become a fan favorite. You know, the guy has an infectious personality. The fans have just embraced him, you know, as someone who they clearly want to be part of this team long term and to pair him with Aaron Judge. The problem is it's a team in Queens, right? And the richest owner in baseball is Steve Cohen, the Mets, who are going to, I believe, outbid the Yankees. I really do. And so I just think it's going to be a matter of how much they will outbid the Yankees by, and whether Soto says that, you know what, I just want to remain a Yankee.
But let's keep in mind, Scott Boras is Soto's agent.
And look, and you read my mind because it's why you are who you are. Because my next question was, if it's 600, or is he staying with the Yankees?
Right.
And you just dipped into that. I wouldn't even mind. I wouldn't even disbelieve he'd be out here to Dodgers.
It would be unbelievable. Our guest is Jamie Harris. He is the sports editor of the Amsterdam News in New York. And let's go here too. And there's another. You talked about the fans, but in the Bronx, the Dominicans love this guy. He's Dominican. A lot of the Dominicans, as we know, Jamie, in New York, live in the Bronx. They live at Yankee Stadium. They're flying the Dominican flag. I mean, you don't have that kind of crowd in Queens. It ain't exactly the same. I'm not saying that there are no Dominicans in Queens, but Jamie, am I wrong about Yankee Stadium, the Bronx, and the love from the Dominican Yankee fans?
No, absolutely, Rob. And remember, Yankee Stadium is only miles away from Washington Heights, which is really, the largest Dominican enclave in New York City. It is the cradle of Dominican culture in New York City. And so Juan Soto has obviously just energized, the Dominican fan base. I have a lot of, friends that are Dominican, and they're just looking at him, man, with such pride. And he's in turn reciprocated. He has shown that he wants to be in New York. Man, the dude goes up there, hangs out, goes to restaurants, gets his hair cut. He's really become part of the fabric of the New York community, and the fans love that. New York fans, no matter where you're from, Rob, you know this better than anyone. You're one of the legendary New York sports writers. If you come to New York and you embrace the fans and you embrace the culture, it doesn't matter where you're from. They're going to embrace you as being one of them, as being a New Yorker. And already Soto has reached that status. And so I think that will play a part in whether he does re-sign with the Yankees. But again, money is money, dough is dough. And if the offer that the Mets put forth is significantly higher, then I think that's really going to be a strong determinant. But as of now, I see Juan Soto staying with the Yankees. And I think Hal Steinbrenner, the Yankee decision makers, would be crazy not to sign a 25-year-old who is on a Hall of Fame track and who for the next 7-8 years should be and should remain one of the best players, at least best hitters in the game.
No doubt. What about any update on Jazz Chisholm, who started with the Yankees? He had 4 home runs in his first 3 games after being traded from the Marlins. Spruced up the lineup, the energy with the Yankees, and then he got hurt. Have we heard anything where he needs surgery? Will he miss the rest of the year, or that's still up in the air?
Rob, I think they're trying to, hold off and avert Jazz having surgery. Right now, there hasn't been any statements from the Yankees or any indication that he will. But that is certainly an option. And I think if he does have surgery and he's out for the season, that's going to be a huge blow to the team, because Jazz Chisholm came in and he gave the Yankees something they were lacking. He's a dynamic base runner. He's tied for 9th in the league in stolen bases at 27. He's someone that can go from first to third, which the Yankees have lacked for years. They're primarily a home run hitting team. In fact, the Yankees and the Orioles are tied for the league lead in home runs with 186. Jazz brought a different dynamic, and also he plays all over the field. In a recent doubleheader, he played center field. The second game, he played third base. Jazz Chisholm became critically important to the Yankees in that short time. And so, you can only hope, as a fan, you can only hope that he doesn't need surgery and that he can come back. But right now, it's still uncertain.
Look, Jamie, I'm not a huge baseball fan. I got into it about 5 years ago when I started coaching my sons in Little League. But what I can respect is a rivalry. And this season, when we had the Dodgers and we had the Yankees series over the weekend, I was enthralled. I watched every game, every pitch. I was in it. Now, I can't be the only one in the world that wants to see this matchup in the World Series. How big would that World Series be?
Well, you're talking about, Ethan, that would be huge, because you're talking about 2 teams, that historically, obviously, the Los Angeles Dodgers go back to Brooklyn, who have had that rivalry, dating back to when they both played New York. And after, when they met in the World Series, and of course, the great World Series between the Dodgers and the Yankees, they really are, two of the preeminent franchises in baseball. And so I think, and again, it's LA and New York, the two big markets. So I think everyone coming into the season, obviously the Dodgers were considered to be the favorites to win the World Series, and the Yankees were one of the favorites to get to the World Series. So I think from the beginning of the season, this is what people were expecting. This is what people were hoping to see. Now, what's the vibe out there? Because right now, the Diamondbacks and the Padres are breathing down the Dodgers' neck.
Yeah.
And even though, if we look at the standings, the Dodgers are tied for the second most wins in baseball, but you have the other teams, just like the Yankees and the Orioles are battling, that are right there. So the races are compelling. So how do the fans, is there a little nervousness out there with the Diamondbacks, 40 games left?
Yeah, people out here because people thought the Dodgers were going to run away with it.
Yep.
So now that it's a race, and it's not just a race with one team, two teams, there's no doubt about it. But hey, Jamie Harris, we appreciate your insight. He is the sports editor of the Amsterdam News in New York. Check them out on the web. And Jamie, thanks.
Appreciate you, Jamie.
All right, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. All right, coming up next, a little Shekel City and Dak Prescott throwing out there that maybe good things are happening in Big D. What do you think? I don't know. All right, we'll do that and much more. It is The Odd Couple on a TV theme song Thursday. Rob Parker, Ephraim Salam, in for Chris Broussard. Stick and stay.
To hear more about America's team in the US of A.
Sometimes you miss something, or sometimes you may want to hear it again. As soon as this show is over, you can podcast it. Yeah, baby! Just search The Odd Couple with Rob Parker and Chris Broussard wherever you get your podcasts. Again, just search The Odd Couple with Rob Parker and Chris Broussard wherever you get your podcasts. Rate, review, and most importantly, follow.
The other day, the show and I were introduced to the coolest walkie-talkie, Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk devices that provide clear contact nationwide on an LTE network. 100% private and perfect for small business owners to connect with staff. No subscriptions or monthly fees. Visit rapidradios.com. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off free UPS shipping from Michigan, plus a free protection bag. Add code RADIO and get an extra 5%
Life hack
off.
number 7. Get an iPhone 12 on Straight Talk.
Life hack.
Here's how it works. You walk into Walmart, go to the electronics section, ask for iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system, and select the new Silver Unlimited plan. They'll smile because it's a good plan. You get real unlimited data all for just $20 a month for the whole first year. Get it at Walmart or StraightTalk.com. Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Taxes and fees apply. Requires activation of iPhone 12 on a new Silver Unlimited plan or higher end auto pay enrollment. $25 a month service credit applied for up to 12 months if eligibility requirements are met. For network management practices, visit StraightTalk.com.
And now, here's a little something that you missed from the Ben Maller Show.
This thing is going to drag on and on.
Here we go.
J.J. McCarthy, he's a Michigan man. J.J. McCarthy is going to go under the knife. Snap, crackle, pop, knee surgery. Coach Kevin O'Connell had claimed that his quarterback suffered from knee soreness after the outstanding performance against the Raiders in that exhibition game. In that game, McCarthy, against a generic Raider defense, averaged 11 yards per pass and not one but 2 touchdowns, and threw some absolute dimes, dropped some passes into the breadbasket. Those Viking wide receivers looked amazing. But now we are told that McCarthy is going to require the surgery. He's got a torn meniscus. So we turn now to the Maller report card answering the question, how big a setback is this for the Minnesota football team with McCarthy being out? So on the Maller report card for the fans of the Vikings, the fan of the Minnesota Vikings, this is, if it is a repair, it is El Stinko if it's a repair. So that's an F. For the team, either way, it is an A. Certainly a trim would be an A. A full repair would be like a B. It'd be a B, not an A, but a B. It would be advantageous. That is the word. It's a long word. Advantageous for the Vikings. Here's why. Because that then removes the pressure. The pressure from Kevin O'Connell and the Mensa GM in Minnesota. Because if...
To get the rest of what Big Ben said, podcast it by searching The Ben Maller Show. And as always, you can hear The Ben Maller Show weekdays from 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific, right here on Fox Sports Radio. This is The Herd.
The winner in this is also
Colin Cowherd.
the ratings are in. Everything exploded in Paris, with one exception: women's basketball. The ratings couldn't even beat the Tokyo Olympics that happened during COVID. The men's, with fading old stars, LeBron, KD, Steph, got 20 million viewers, over double the last Olympics. And it's LeBron and Steph and KD, it's the old guys. People couldn't get enough. Breakdancing was a hit. And yet the women who won gold, attendance down, ratings flat. How? Because there was a giant wave in women's college basketball, and they forgot their surfboard. Not only Caitlin Clark, but Angel Reese and Caitlin should have been on this team.
This is The Herd.
And the story out today.
Weekdays at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific.
Love it.
Embrace it right now. The Dan Patrick Show.
Dan Patrick.
I've been around, all these sports and Olympics for such a long period of time. At one point yesterday in the fourth quarter, I just realized I've got three of the greatest players that I've ever seen on the floor together. It's LeBron, it's Steph, and KD. Awesome. And Steph even talked about how they're too unselfish because, hey, I got the ball. Well, I can throw it over to KD. Or there's LeBron. It's not one of those where you go, I got to take this on my own. But I'm watching that and just kind of taking in, savoring the moment of we're seeing three of, let's say, top 10, top 12, 15 players of all time. We've been treated to some great basketball. I mean, these are all-timers. But Steph Curry doing what he's doing, and there's nobody else on the planet like him.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Dan and the Danettes, and you.
Weekdays, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific on Fox Sports Radio.
Who the f- wants smoke?
The people have spoken, and they love our lineup.
We're the best!
Colin Cowherd, Dan Patrick, LeVar Arrington, Brady Quinn, Jonas Knox, Doug Gottlieb, Ben Maller.
Listen to these names.
Rob Parker, Chris Broussard, Covino and Rich, Jason Smith, and Mike Harmon.
Boom!
We're always on, from the mornings to the late nights. We are Fox Sports Radio, the premier sports lineup in the nation.
B-E-S-T-I.
The most fearless voice in sports is on FS1. The one and only Colin Cowherd is bold, unique, and outspoken.
Wow.
You can see him on The Herd, weekdays at noon Eastern on FS1 in the Fox Sports app.
This definitely sounds like it's before we were born.
Okay, now I'm lost on this. Is this Flipper?
Whatever the last caller said to put on. Bronson?
Oh, is this it? Yeah, this is a show from the 60s. Definitely one that we don't know. It is The Odd Couple on a TV theme song Thursday. Coming to you live from the TireRack.com studios. And our thanks to Rapid Radios, the official communication device of Fox Sports Radio. Rapid Radios are the instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription or monthly fee ever. Perfect for the instant contact with an aging parent. We use it here at the show. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping. All right, Ephraim, it is now time for Shekel City.
To see you again. Welcome to Shekel City, the home base for Rob Parker's daily picks against the spread.
And Ephraim, tonight, Thursday's getaway day, so all the games have been played earlier.
Yeah.
There's only one game left that hasn't started on this Thursday.
Cleveland!
And that is the Texas Rangers are taking on the Minnesota Twins. They're hosting them in Arlington, Texas tonight. I'm going to take the Minnesota Twins minus 1.5 runs, and I'm going to give you a double dip. I'm also going to take the over in the runs, which is over 8. So you got two options here. Minnesota Twins, that's right, minus 1.5, and also the over 8 runs total for both teams.
What about the second half of the preseason game?
No. Rod,
No.
Can't do it. Do you bet during the?
No,
You don't bet.
I don't bet.
Have you ever put it on a bet? Only when you were playing, right?
Look at that.
Just trying to catch
Ephraim, you bet with
He
Brian No all the
he
time. What you talking
He
about?
the feds in here.
Yeah, I'm just trying
Robert Feds
I'm
up
trying
in
to
here.
see if I could get you to
I know what's
drop
going on.
dime.
I do bet with Brian
All
No
the time.
all the time. But what do we bet?
Bet wings.
We
No?
bet candy bars.
Okay.
You always win too.
I do always win. I know what I'm doing.
We talked with Brian Nofield in the other day.
I know.
All right.
I know. I was on there with him.
How about that's why you were on the other
Like
day?
he said, I'm a purveyor of truth. I am a truth seeker.
Is that what you're trying to do?
That's what I ask. Look, man, you ask it, I'm gonna give it to you straight, man. That's what I do.
That's kind of like me. That's what I've been doing
Well,
for almost 40
I
years.
don't know.
What?
Not quite sure.
40 years? No, that doesn't count.
Well,
for
I mean,
anything.
you've been talking for 40 years. Not quite sure if it's been the truth for 40 years.
All right, so Dak Prescott is talking too, and he says good things are happening in his contract talks and negotiation. Is that the truthest?
I mean, in terms of.
But you
Look,
know Jerry always rolls over.
He does. And I'll say this. Dak may feel comfortable with the talks because no matter what, he's going to get paid whatever that number is he wants. Whether it be Dallas or somebody else, he knows he's going to hit that number. And so the thing that really keeps him at ease is before his last big contract, remember he had the brutal ankle injury. And so he was kind of like, oh, I'm not going. And
Remember, a lot of people didn't think he should have been out there at that point without a deal.
But he got the money anyway. So now he's not even worried, or the risk of injury could sidetrack what's going to happen contract-wise. So he's just out there playing free. He's literally playing with house money, if you can call $45 million house money. Because he knows he's going to hit that 60-plus a year number next year, whether it be from Dallas or somebody else.
I'm going to call Jerry Jones. There used to be a black wrestler. Do you know wrestling at all?
I do know wrestling.
Okay. Special Delivery Jones. You know who that is? You ever hear of him? That's before your time.
70s.
That was the 80s, wasn't the 70s. I'm
Was
not
it-
that
was it-
old.
Was it WWE or WWF?
WWF.
Okay,
It
so
was,
that's,
yeah,
I'm
WWF.
WWF.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Coco Beware and
You know all that?
Hacksaw Jim Duggins.
Oh,
and
you remember all that?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Before they
British
got
Bulldogs.
before they had to switch over to
Yeah,
WWE.
yeah.
Right?
Well,
And
do you know why they had to switch over?
because there was some other company that had that, right?
It was the
They had the rights to it.
World. It was the what was it? World. World Wildlife
Federation?
Federation or something like that. Like that's
And they had
they've had it forever.
Right. And they pushed and said
And they were
no.
like,
no.
hey man, y'all gotta get up out of here.
Right. And they had to give it up.
They did, of course.
Yep. And so there was a guy, SD Jones, like one of the few black wrestlers as a kid growing up. And SD Jones, the same script. He's winning the entire fight, Ephraim. It was just, I swear, I'm not even the entire fight. And that's why I compare him to Jerry Jones. And then always he'll have the guy down, right? Pinned. The referee's about to go 1, 2. The other guy rolls over on him, and the referee goes 1, 2, 3,
Yep,
and he
there
would
you go.
lose every
Yeah.
single time. And Jerry Jones always acts like, oh, well, we'll see, we'll do whatever. And you remember he did it with Ezekiel. Remember he said Ezekiel who, after Pollard had a great game in a preseason game, and then he made Ezekiel the highest paid running back contract ever. So I don't believe in Jerry Jones for standing his ground. I think he will roll over. All right, coming up. This is going to be interesting, Ephraim, because you're a guy from Southern California out here. And I think I got some breaking news. I think Aaron Judge is more exciting than Shohei Ohtani. We're going to talk about that coming up next, all right? It is The Odd Couple on a TV theme song Thursday.
Ephraim loves baseball.
Hey, it's The Odd Couple. You know our trusted partner, TireRack.com, for their fast, free shipping, free road hazard protection, convenient installation options, and their great selection of the best tires, like the highly consumer-rated Pirelli Scorpion Weather Active. But did you know they sell other automotive products? Wheels, brakes, suspension, just to name a few. Everything you need to elevate your drive. Go to TireRack.com/sports. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
As fall approaches, you have a lot to prepare for. back to school, sporting events, family gatherings, and staying on top of your health. The virus that causes COVID-19 continues to evolve. So this fall, no matter what you're prepping for, you can prioritize your family's health and make a game plan for COVID-19 vaccination. Ask your doctor or pharmacist to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Each week, WWE Friday Night SmackDown is live on Fox. Catch the high-flying superstars as they compete for supremacy in the ring. It's Friday Night SmackDown at 8 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app. Now, here's a taste of something that you missed from the Doug Gottlieb Show.
Got to have it straight. Brendan Ayuk continues to hold out, hold in, whatever. The Niners and the Steelers reportedly have the framework of a deal in place, but the 49ers are still trying to work out a deal for Ayuk, right? It's the whole idea of like, look, you can go there and make a little bit more money, or you can stay here and, you know, be successful. Here's George Kittle, his tight end, on the wide receiver.
I love having him as a teammate, but like the one benefit to him not practicing and stuff is a lot of younger guys get all these reps, and they're getting important reps with the ones and with Brock that they wouldn't be getting, you know, otherwise. And I'm not going to take probably any rookie over Brandon. Like, I'm not going to do that. But the fact that now these young guys get these reps, it's going to put them in a position to succeed if we can't figure stuff out with Brandon, and they'll be more ready for a season as opposed to like just riding the, like going with the 2s and 3s the whole time. So, you know, it just kind of is what it is.
No, it definitely is what it is. It's never what it's not. Like, if you don't practice for all of training camp, all it takes is people to fall in love with their guys. And, oh, yeah, by the way, that's, I think, the biggest issue with being traded to somewhere. Right, where the Pittsburgh Steelers sitting there going like, yeah, we have George Pickens. He may not live up to his athletic talent. And we have an issue at quarterback, but man, you know, I like this guy, I like that guy, I like the other guy. You end up loving the guys that you see, you know? And then you start talking yourself into like, well, we keep him, it's going to cost us $30 million. We don't keep him, this guy costs us $1 million. What are we even talking about?
To get the rest of what Doug said, podcast it by searching the Doug Gottlieb Show. And as always, you can hear the Doug Gottlieb Show weekdays at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific, right here on Fox Sports Radio. This is the Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon.
I've told you Robert Saleh's a bad head coach, but it doesn't matter because this is another thing they're asking Aaron Rodgers to cover. Cover bad moves like we trade for a player that we didn't know was going to hold out, and now we look stupid. Cover for that. Cover for the fact we have a head coach that really is in over his head. Cover for all of these things. This is what Aaron Rodgers has to do. And now, the general manager and the head coach can't get this guy in. Hey, I'll help you out, buddy. Just let me know. I can make that call.
He wants to be your savior.
This is, you know, the Jets.
And they're giving him every opportunity to step in, and he knows it.
I feel like that's the Jets. Hey, whatever it is to make Rodgers happy, but this is the reality they bought. They bought Aaron Rodgers coming in to save the team.
You're listening to Jason Smith with Mike Harmon. Weeknights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio.
Let's make the complicated simple.
Colin Cowherd.
Are you ready?
Colin Cowherd.
Well, you know how this works, right?
The most interesting man in sports.
We're confusing interesting with great.
Because when he's right, he's right.
A sports and entertainment prodigy.
And when he's wrong, he's also right.
New information equals new opinion.
It's The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Making your mornings right. Weekdays at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. The most fearless voice in sports is on FS1. The one and only Colin Cowherd is bold, unique, and outspoken.
Wow.
You can see him on The Herd. Weekdays at noon Eastern on FS1 in the Fox Sports app. And here's what you need to know.
The Major League Baseball late game tonight will start shortly on FS1. It is Texas hosting the Minnesota Twins. Currently at Philadelphia, Phillies lead 9-0 over the Nationals in the bottom of the fourth. Bottom of the fifth at Baltimore, Orioles lead the Red Sox 3-1. The O's are a half game behind the Yankees in the AL East. Milwaukee with 3 runs, bottom of the eighth, beat the Dodgers 6-4, but Milwaukee outfielder Christian Yelich is out for the year. He'll have back surgery. Oakland came back to beat the Mets 7-6. Wins today for Detroit and San Francisco. One NFL exhibition tonight. Philadelphia is tied 3-3 at New England in the second quarter. No NFL games tomorrow. The Falcons signed free agent safety Justin Simmons, 1 year, $8 million. Falcon safety DeMarco Hellum suffered an ankle injury last weekend. The Vikings say wide receiver Jordan Addison's ankle injury will not keep him out for an extended period of time. I'm Steve DeSager.
Do you know who this is? Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple. One guy's married. One guy is divorced. One guy has no kids. One guy has 2 beautiful daughters. One guy went to college in a cornfield in Ohio. One guy went to an Ivy League school in the big city. One guy spends his Sunday morning seated in the pew.
Sweet Jesus.
The other spends it throwing money at the pole. Can these 2 sports writers share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Live from the TireRack.com studios of Fox Sports Radio with Ephraim Salam sitting in for Chris Broussard. Here's Rob Parker.
Welcome in hour number 2 of The Odd Couple on a TV theme song Thursday. And man, what an hour it's going to be. Coming up in about 28 minutes, Jared Bell, the Hall of Fame NFL reporter from USA Today, one of the best in the business. I've known Jared for a long time. He's agreed to come on with me and you, Ephraim. You know Jared? We know Jared, right? Great, just a great guy, great reporter. He's gotten some good stuff for USA Today. We'll do that. Don't forget, in the third hour, Taisha's Tower of Trivia, always a fan favorite. We'll do that in the third hour as well. And but let's start here, Ephraim.
Well, let me say something.
Yep.
That intro, right? And last Thursday when you were off gallivanting the globe, wherever you were, I asked Chris. I said, "Okay, so which one of us is throwing money at the pole? Like who?
Right.
Who is which in that intro? Like who?
Who's right?
Yeah. So I'm filling in. So who's throwing money at the pole, man? I just.
That's me.
Oh, that's you.
Yeah, you think it's Chris throwing money?
No, I'm just saying, out of me and you. Out of you and I. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's me. You're a family man.
What does that got to do with anything?
You ain't throwing money at a pole.
Why?
When's the last time you've been at a strip club? Your wife ain't listening.
My
She
wife
doesn't
and
listen to the
I
show.
went, the last time we was in Vegas.
So you and your wife
Hey,
went.
look here, brother.
That's
We've been
beautiful.
Together 21 years. All right?
I love it.
21 years.
You got to keep it fresh.
This is my wife. This is my best friend. Would you go to the strip club with your best friend?
Sure.
Why wouldn't I go with mine?
I love it. No, some guys would never take their wives
Well,
to the
I
strip
mean,
club.
hey, man, I'm not going to sneak to the strip club.
No. You shouldn't be sneaking anyway once you get
Exactly.
married. Seriously.
Exactly.
And hey, this is what I want to do. You want to come or not? If you don't want to come, then I'll see you a little bit later.
She like, look, man, you like to go before I knew you. I don't have a problem with it.
Right.
She used to be an entertainer. So she's like, I can see the art form in it, right? She was on tour with Beyonce when I met her and toured the whole world with everybody pretty much.
And you never know, a couple of dollars might fall into her pocket. You know what?
Well, I could get deep and in depth.
Okay.
But this is not the show.
I understand.
Right. The sun is still out.
I understand. Right. If this was a Ben Maller's show,
right.
It would be something totally different.
We can talk about everything.
No doubt. Well, let's go here, Ephraim. I mean, and I know people are going to say, Robert's just a prisoner of the moment because Aaron Judge just became the fastest.
Is that the public? Is that your voice?
That's talking to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Aaron Judge is the fastest of 300 home runs. So now he's the greatest player who ever played in the big. I'm not saying that. Because if you were to take a player and they're at full strength and you said, who are you going to start your team with? It would be Shohei Ohtani. He can pitch and he can hit.
Okay.
Okay, so that's not the conversation we're about to have.
Okay, so what's the conversation?
Aaron Judge is more exciting than Shohei Ohtani. His style, like his
the way he looks, his presence, everything.
6'8", big, strong muscles, home runs galore. He's playing in pinch, like everything about him.
He looks like a model.
Am I right or wrong? Like isn't he have a thing with Ralph Lauren now? I think he's doing Cologne or whatever. Dude,
Do you wear the Aaron Judge?
No, but
like
I've seen
Brut Fabergé?
Yeah, no, I've seen the posters or whatever.
Eau de toilette.
Yeah, old the Yankees or whatever. But there's an excitement factor, and you know this, even in football or any sport, there are guys who are really good, but they don't have like a flair to them.
Okay, yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like, oh, this guy. I'll give you a perfect example. Tim Duncan was one of the greatest basketball players ever.
Yes.
Hello? And you know what? If he's in the game and gets that rebound and Ray Allen misses that shot, guess what? Tim Duncan would be 6 for 6 just like Michael Jordan. Nobody ever thinks of that.
That's true.
Think about that.
The reason he wasn't in the game blows my mind. Anyway,
right.
Let's go.
Am I right?
Yeah,
like
you're right.
Pop is supposed to be this great coach. That was a first guess, not a second. I'm watching like, where's Tim Duncan for the missed free throw? Shocked that he went in the game. Okay. Shohei is more like Tim Duncan, and I'm not saying he's not. He doesn't have big home runs or he's not. Aaron Judge in this man's league is, and here's some of the things that go with it. Guys are batting, Ephraim, 220, 195, and nobody bats an eye because in this man's MLB, they don't worry about, like when you make out or whatever. It's about, putting the ball in play and getting hits and getting on base and whatever. He's batting 333 in a league where guys are batting. The league average might be 240. He's batting 333 with 43 home runs, running away with the RBIs, right? Almost 120, I think. I'm looking at this guy and all the things. And here's the other part that told me that he was that special and he moves the needle. The Yankees have never been about propping up anybody ahead of the franchise. Ever. It's about the Yankees, right? 27 World Championships, the pinstripes. You got to shave like everybody. It was about the Yankees. When they made a section, the judges' chambers, in Yankee Stadium for fans to wear robes and the wigs and sit in this judge's chamber, that's when I knew even the Yankees can't deny what this guy means to fans and how exciting he is and how people, we talked about during baseball, chicks love the long ball. Dude, everybody loves the long ball. And I dare you to say, when he comes up, you're going to get food from the refrigerator or you're going to go and use the restroom or what. You're going to watch his at-bat.
Okay.
That's my argument for his excitement.
So I'm going to give that to you this year. Right now, currently. You may be right when it comes to Aaron Judge, his look, his cologne that you wear, his physique, right? Also,
stature 6'8".
It's me. I'm 6'8".
Right.
We both are strikingly good looking.
Okay, there we go. This is where we're going to differ right here.
But I understand what you're saying. Number one, in a league where we don't have the faces of the league being American-born stars.
Right.
Right? Where most dynamic baseball players, we talked about Juan Soto earlier with Jamie.
Shohei Ohtani from Japan.
Shohei Ohtani, right? Their second language, English is second language. So there's a little bit of loss in translation, a little bit lost in marketing. But I will say this. Because Shohei's not pitching this year, I would lean on what you said. Wait a minute. Aaron Judge is exciting. He's more exciting because you hold your breath. Now, someone who's out here, and you from New York,
right?
I'm from LA.
I got it. We were right. Yep.
The team I do watch the most, the Dodgers, right?
And for people who don't know, people love the Dodgers out here.
Oh, it's out.
Am I right?
Oh, it's
like people have no idea. The Dodgers sell 4 million tickets.
I've been to Dodger games. I'm like, oh, I'm in the Dodger Stadium. I'm in there. And so, what I will say, Shohei Ohtani is box office. When last year, before he got hurt, when he was on the mound and at the plate, everybody was tuning in. Because where could you go see someone get 8, 9 Ks, a home run, and hit the cycle?
No, I got it.
Right? So, to that point, this year, Aaron Judge, boom, got it. But the most exciting player in baseball is Shohei Ohtani. Baseball has done a terrible job of marketing him. They've done a terrible job of marketing the game in general. But what I will say is when Shohei next year, when he's pitching and he's going to do the same thing he's doing now, including the stolen bases at 35. He's going to do the same thing he's doing now, but then he's going to have starts at pitcher.
No,
that in itself, because there's only one currently in baseball doing that. That's more exciting than anything you can tell me.
Here's what I'll say, and I agree that him doing both, being a unicorn, and somebody we haven't seen do this
at high level. I mean, the highest level.
Right. He's not a Cy Young Award winner, but he's a number one starter.
But let me tell you this.
Right? Okay.
If he just focused on pitching, could he win the Cy Young?
Yeah. If he probably stopped. And you know what? If he stopped pitching and just became a hitter, I know his batting average is under 300 now.
294, but go ahead.
Right.
That can change in a minute.
Saying 333.
I get it,
Aaron
but you
Judge.
know how fast that can change.
No,
but go ahead.
It. Okay. And I'll say this. What Aaron Judge does, which is hit monster home runs, is at a higher level than when Shohei pitches and when Shohei's just a hitter. Not combined. So I'm giving you that. Do you see what his level, you just take them as hitters. I'm taking Judge. Judge as a hitter compared to Shohei as a pitcher, Judge is an MVP. Shohei's not a Cy Young. Do you got me?
I got you.
Judge is at a higher level for what he does for either one. When you combine the two, Shohei hands down. Combined.
But you have to combine the two because he's a player.
I get
that's what you're combining to. You're not giving him someone else's talent.
No,
he possesses both of them.
But I just think there's something, and Ephraim, it's crazy. 5 years ago at FS1, they had me do a video. They had me pick my top 5 sluggers of all time. This is 2017.
Okay.
Do you know? I didn't pick Ken Griffey Jr. in that list.
Refresh our memory.
Okay. But I did.
That's crazy, by the way.
I know it is crazy.
Go ahead.
It is crazy.
You know.
And the whole thing is, you don't want to just pick the top 5 on the list. That defeats the purpose of it.
You pick the 5 that meant something to you, that move you.
That move you, right? And that was the whole point of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you just go to a list, oh yeah, here's the top 5 of home runs. I'm just going to pick those 5. What is the point of the list? So my point is, I picked Aaron Judge back then in 2017, and even on the headline of the thing said, and yes, Rob has already picked Aaron Judge. And my point is, I saw something in 2017. This guy is special. He's unbelievable to watch. I can't take my eyes off. I don't want to miss an at bat. Like, that's where I was. The only thing that stopped him, injuries. Not when he plays.
So, number one, not to go back to 2017.
No.
But I take issue with that list and how you did that. And I don't even know who else was on the list.
Darryl Strawberry was on my list. Look at that. You already stopped.
Okay. Anyway.
Barry Bonds was number 1.
Of course.
Right? Mark McGwire was on the list. Who else?
No.
Hank? No, who else? I didn't have. Did I have
You
Hank?
didn't have Hank Aaron? You didn't have Hank?
No, I didn't have Hank Aaron.
Oh, my God.
I know. Okay.
No Sammy Sosa.
No Sammy Sosa. I can't remember who's my other one. Was it? Oh, and A-Rod. It was A-Rod, Strawberry, Aaron Judge was number 5 on the top 5.
All the
Barry,
lists I've thought out.
Barry
throw it out
Bonds.
there, but come on.
Right,
Hey,
that
look,
was
man,
the list.
Listen. The thing I take umbrage with you is that's like saying, give me your top 5 greatest quarterbacks, right? And 3 years ago, I say, I'm going to put Peyton Manning. I'm going to put Tom Brady. Let me see. I'm going to put Warren Moon. I'm going to put Joe Burrow. And then I'm going to cap it with Aaron Rodgers. 3 years ago, right? Even though I saw something in Joe Burrow 3 years ago, I'm not putting him, and mind you, they were in the Super Bowl 3 years ago.
No, I get it.
I'm not putting him in my top 5 greatest quarterbacks. They didn't say, they asked you greatest hitters. And you put somebody in 2017 without what now that to me is crazy.
But
you only did it for this moment right now.
And I got
to
there.
have this moment right now, and that's bull. Okay, because anything could have happened.
It's called insight. It's called insight. I saw
insight.
something.
Man, get out
All
of
right,
it. Look, oh my God.
877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. And real simple. Who's more exciting of a player? Is it Aaron Judge or Shohei Ohtani? We want to hear from you. It is The Odd Couple on a TV theme song Thursday. Rob Parker, Ephraim Salam, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
For another crazy top 5 list in the US of A.
Now, job searching can be a lonely process. Endless searches, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish, poof, into thin air. It's time for a better way to find a job. And Express Employment Professionals is the local jobs expert you can trust. And they never charge a fee to help with your job search. So go to expresspros.com to find the office near you. Each year, tens of thousands of job seekers find work with the help of Express Employment Professionals. And Express helps people find all kinds of jobs: manufacturing, logistics, customer service, accounting, and more. Getting an interview with Express can be as easy as a phone call. And with just one application with Express Employment Professionals, you are in the running for numerous opportunities in your community. Make your job search easier by letting the professionals at Express be your talent agent to find you the right spot on the right team. Express Employment Professionals is your one connection for getting a job. Visit expresspros.com today.
Touchdown! Can you feel it? We can. It's not that far away. College football's almost here. Ready? College football. The atmospheres. The pride.
And here they come.
The moments.
Inside the 20, inside the 10.
College football is coming. This is Fox Sports Radio.
Hey, checking in?
This is not just your flu shot appointment at Walgreens.
Yes.
This is getting your entire family vaccinated in one trip.
Hey, Mom?
And a snack on the way out. Get flu shots for everyone in your family, together. Schedule appointments online today. This is wellness made easy. Walgreens.
Vaccine subject to availability and for ages 3+. State and health-related restrictions may apply.
I'm at the movies, asking people if they'll switch seats with me for $574.
Here, take mine.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
Too much work.
Not if you call them. They handle the switching.
Now, that's a plot twist.
Shh. Check Allstate first, and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% when you buy 1 pallet or more of select shingles. Plus, save 10% when you buy 68 or more select OSB sheathing. And if you find a lower price in-store or online, we'll match it. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
Gotta change my oil.
How about Valvoline Restore and Protect? It restores and protects your engine to run like new.
Get in the zone. It restores your engine to like factory clean?
And protects.
Get in the zone. So Valvoline Restore and Protect restores and protects.
Now you can get 5 quarts with an STP extended life oil filter for $37.99.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Two pros and a cup of Joe.
The best of the best.
Okay. This is what mornings sound like.
This is the most intriguing content that I've been a part of.
LeVar Arrington.
I was talking so much S that game.
Brady Quinn.
I'll give you the best handoffs you've ever seen.
And Jonas Knox.
Great heart, generous, caring, perfect.
This is what mornings can do.
That's like an alarm clock.
It's Two Pros and a Cup of Joe. Weekdays at 6 a.m. Eastern, 3 a.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. Ladies and gentlemen, you must have been busy, but The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. We're breaking this down.
The Jason Tatum situation and Jaylen Brown not being on the team at all. Even when they replaced Kawhi Leonard, they didn't pick up Jaylen Brown, who was the finals MVP and just won a championship and all that. But in the case of Tatum, you know, he had a couple of games where he didn't play at all. He's gotten the bulk of, you know, the disrespect. Like, people like his family was upset. Like, and for a couple of reasons. Obviously, he just won a championship. He's one of the bright young stars in the league. He was all-NBA first-teamer, only one from the United States. And yet, Steve Kerr couldn't find any time for him. And, you know, people could make all the excuses. Well, you know, Matt, I hear that it just doesn't sit right with me. And I think he's the future of the Olympic team, right? And as much as people want to kind of rip on Jason Tatum and, you know, like how he got disrespect, I think Steve Kerr looks worse. And just from the standpoint of, to be a great coach, sometimes you got to be able to maneuver and figure it out. There's enough minutes. I don't care what anybody says. But I just can't look at it and think, if I'm him, he's one of the best players in the league. He's an American. He's a first team all NBA, and I can't find any minutes for that kid. It just didn't sit right with me. Steve Kerr, who looks worse?
To get the rest of what The Odd Couple said, podcast it by searching Odd Couple. And as always, you can listen to The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker weekdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, right here on Fox Sports Radio. He's Steve Covino.
I'm slightly vato.
He's Rich Davis.
I may jump through this glass window in the studio.
And they do it all.
Let's talk about all of it.
Radio for the people.
I like that.
Pretty solid.
Your afternoon pick-me-up.
Covino and Rich. All right.
Oh, yeah.
It's Covino and Rich.
No woman's ever told you you're Mariano Rivera in the bedroom. Win section.
Weekdays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. Did you know that we have original podcasts too? Check out Unbreakable with Jay Glazer.
Welcome to Unbreakable, a mental health podcast.
Or Inside the Parker with Rob Parker for you threadheads.
Baseball.
The I Want Your Flex podcast with Dan Beyer and Mike Harmon for Fantasy Junkies. And what about everything Up on Game presents offers? Want more Ben Maller? How about the Fifth Hour podcast? We have a podcast for everyone, and it's all on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details.
Check them out.
FS1.
Check them out.
FS1.
The plane.
Hey, boss. The plane.
It is The Odd Couple on a TV theme song Thursday. Rob Parker, Ephraim Salam. And congrats to Kevin M. from Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. He is the second of 3 winners in our Summer of Tire Rack sweepstakes. We still have one more listener to reward with a set of 4 brand new tires. Thanks to Fox Sports Radio and TireRack.com, one more listener will receive a set of 4 brand new tires plus installation taxes and fees valued at up to $1,500. Enter daily. Get rules at FoxSportsRadio.com. Every day you can get a fresh new entry and boost your chances of winning at FoxSportsRadio.com. It's all furnished by TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. 877-99 on Fox. We asked you a simple question. Who's more exciting? Is it Aaron Judge, or Shohei Ohtani?
All right, we got Rich in Vegas. You on the Odd Couple with Ephraim and Rob. What you got?
Man, what's up, fellas? First of all, great show. Love listening. I love Ethan when you sub in. You're a great sub, so I love it.
I appreciate that.
Thank you. Yep.
Yeah, of course. By far, better player out of the 2 is Shohei. And listen, I'm from Vegas. I'm not a Yankees fan. I'm not a Dodgers fan. I'm a diehard Cubs fan. But Shohei is the needle mover when it comes to the 2. When he's healthy, and we're talking healthy, not when he's pitching and hitting. People are tuning in for that, like Ethan was saying earlier. People are tuning in, even on TV shows. When Aaron Judge isn't batting and hitting home runs, he's just another guy. You know
but when he's at the plate, though, you don't pay attention to Aaron Judge.
Yeah, but you're tuning in more on highlight shows for Shohei because of pitching and because of batting.
Okay.
When Aaron Judge is just up to the plate, if he doesn't hit a home run, just like okay, he didn't hit a home run. With Shohei, you're tuning in to watch it all.
All right.
He's the whole package. He's the whole package.
Thanks for the
that,
call.
Rich.
Yep.
Thank you.
877-99 on Fox.
We got Andre in Massachusetts. You on the Odd Couple with Rob and Ephraim. What you got?
Yeah, how you doing? Thanks for taking my call. This is close between the 2 of them. But what I see from Shohei on the mound versus at the batter's box, that's what gives him the advantage. What he did to begin the 2023 baseball season when he was healthy at the start of last year, that was some Bo Jackson stuff that we were seeing from him in terms of the domination from both sides, in terms of pitching and hitting before he eventually kind of slowed down and was only able to do one. But his ability, when he can do both of those 2 at the same time, that's just out of this world. Now, their careers are similar, but Shohei is equally accomplished. He's got 2 MVPs. Aaron Judge only has the 1 MVP.
It will be 2.
Okay, shout out. But I just think, this is like 1 and like 1.1A. They're so close. I'm not dismissing Aaron Judge in any way, shape, or form, but Shohei Ohtani, he's shown it. He has the achievement. And hopefully when he's able to do both, because you guys already mentioned it, MLB, for however great their tradition is, and Rob, you're a Hall of Fame voter, however sanctified their Hall of Fame is, keeping that gold standard, they just do an awful job with their stars. Okay, in terms of getting them to the general public. So I'm going with Shohei. Thanks for taking the call.
Thanks, Dre. 877-99 on Fox. Let's squeeze another one. Can we get one?
Yeah,
more?
we got one more, and we got Israel and Coachella. You on the Odd Couple with Rob and Ephraim. What you got?
Oh, hey there. It's a pretty easy question. It's Shohei Ohtani.
Wow, it's a clean sweep. I'm shocked.
Yeah,
by this.
Don't be shocked.
This year maybe Aaron Judge, because let's see if he could, go for another home run.
He
Run,
could get
right?
60 again, maybe, right? I know it's only.
But
40
it literally
games
took Aaron Judge to break the AL home run record, so he could be like a more exciting player than Shohei Ohtani. So I don't know.
That's a good point.
That's fair.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. We got time for
Yeah,
one more?
one more. We do.
All right, we got Chad in Cincinnati on the Odd Couple with Robert Ephraim. What you got?
Hey, what's up, Big E? What's up, OG?
What's happening?
What's up, Chad? How are you?
I was just walked in the door, got my son in my arms. Say hi to Uncle Rob. Say hi.
What? How old is he now?
He's 3.
Very nice.
Nice, man.
I sent him
Yeah,
something
he's
nice.
big.
He's big now, huh? Very nice.
Yes. So, hey, it's definitely Judge. He's more exciting because he's more personable. We don't really know Shohei yet because he's still transitioning to our culture. But just to give you a quick caveat, I know you're hard on Ellie, OG, but Ellie's going to be the next most exciting player. Mark my word.
Okay. A lot of you, Brian Kenny on MLB Network is with you. I'm always going about Ellie De La Cruz. who's exciting. But like they were ready to crown him, Ephraim, and then he batted 235 and struck out 1,000,000 times in the second half of the season, and then people fell off of him. And now this year, he's made the All-Star team, and he's a very good player. I just was like, I need to see more before I crown anybody. That's all.
Well, I mean, you didn't need to see more with
I saw
Aaron
enough
Judge
with Aaron
in
Judge,
2017.
and I was right.
When you put him on your all-time bid. Come on, man.
All-time
You talking
slugger
about
list.
both sides of your beard, man,
Hey,
okay?
But I was right. I was right.
Chad, thank you, brother.
Yep,
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it. All right, coming up next.
I was wrong.
Thank you. Coming up next, we'll talk to the Hall of Fame football writer, Jared Bell from USA Today. Get some tidbits around the NFL. But first, let's get you caught up with Mr. Steve DeSager, who signaled to me that he would pick Aaron Judge as well, right?
Really? I did that.
Oh, I'm
No,
sorry.
I don't think so.
I don't know. Does
Can't
Aaron,
do it.
Aaron Judge have 35 steals also this year? Did I miss something?
Do you know how big that pizza box is? That I mean,
you need to get off this point. Ephraim, he thinks that no stolen base counts anymore.
No, with the you didn't see the base? It's like the size of a pizza box. So you got more. You get a bigger lead at first, and then you're closer to second.
Okay, so why doesn't Aaron Judge have 35 steals?
Everybody should. If by that notion, by that logic, everybody should have at least 35
Steve
steals.
has an update to do.
It would literally take Judge 5 years to get the amount of stolen bases that Ohtani has in 5 months.
Wow.
Put it that way. To Major League Baseball news, as the Orioles are a half game behind the Yankees in the AL East, and Baltimore is leading tonight 4-1 over the Red Sox in the bottom of the seventh. Phillies up 9-2 on Washington in the top of the seventh, and the late game is on FS1 right now. Texas leading 2-1 over Minnesota, top of the second. Houston, winners of 8 straight, off. Milwaukee with 3 runs, bottom of the 8th, beat the Dodgers today 6-4. The loss to reliever Daniel Hudson, but Milwaukee says outfielder Christian Yelich is out for the year. He'll have back surgery. San Francisco and Logan Webb beat the Braves and Max Fried 6-0. Detroit edged Seattle 2-1. And Oakland was down 5-0 early, but still beat the Mets in New York 7-6. One NFL exhibition tonight. It's at New England, and the Patriots have a 10-3 lead early third quarter against Philadelphia. Quarterback Drake May with a 4-yard touchdown run with about 2 minutes left in the first half. Joey Sly with a 51-yard field goal. No NFL games tomorrow. The Falcons signed free agent safety Justin Simmons, and Bills linebacker Matt Milano will miss at least a few months with a torn biceps. He was hurt on Tuesday. Back to you.
All right, Steve, thank you. It is the Odd Couple on a TV theme song Thursday. Rob Parker, Ephraim Salam, coming to you live from the TireRack.com studios. We welcome in the Hall of Fame football writer for USA Today, friend of mine, Jared Bell. Jared, say hi to Ephraim Salam. How are you?
Ephraim, what's happening?
How you doing, man?
The Odd Couple.
Yeah.
No,
Goes on.
you know it. Always, always. Hey, Jared, let's start here, my man. Dak Prescott is singing high praises. Things are moving, he says, in Dallas. Things are happening. Are you hearing anything? Is he going to break the bank with Jerry Jones, who's the franchise is worth $10 billion now?
Yeah, exactly. That number just keeps going up and up. Jerry has said consistently that he wants Dak Prescott to be the quarterback for the long term. And so that just tells you that they want to get a deal done. Dak still has another year on his contract, but I think the thing to really consider, and like you said, break the bank, it's just kind of timing for a lot of these guys, especially your quarterbacks and your elite players, when you hit the market, and that's the going rate, okay? We all know Patrick Mahomes is underpaid because some of the quarterback deals we've seen lately, including, Tua, it just makes you say, well, this guy is worth that, then Patrick Mahomes is worth that.
Mahomes took a bad deal, I'm telling you. He should have never agreed to that first contract he took.
But
I hear you, Rob. Because the value, you kind of outplay it, especially you're talking about him and being the face of the NFL and being productive when it comes to winning Super Bowls. So, yeah, you can say that, but they restructured it last year to give him some more money and move the money around. And so it's not as bad as it looks. But if you go back to when he signed that 10-year deal, it was $45 million per year.
at that point. And now, if you look at that average, you say it's not worth it. But when I talked to Mahomes a few weeks ago in Chiefs camp, he told me that they pretty much had an understanding of when they were going to go back in, and it's not this year. I think it's next year, no later than 2 years from now. And so that will be another case of breaking the bank, right? But Dak Prescott, this is all good for him because even without winning Super Bowls or even a playoff game, he's in line to, crack that, maybe $50 million a year mark or more, right?
Well, he wants to crack 60.
I know.
And I think, and look, what's happening at the quarterback position is you're right. It has to do with timing. It's like the next person up. So everybody's trying to be that next guy or want to see that next guy get their money because it kind of resets the market. My question to you is, say Dak Prescott plays this out. He doesn't get paid before the end of the season, hits the market. Someone's going to give him that money. In your opinion, who are the 3 quarterbacks in the NFL who deserve 60 plus a year? Obviously, we know Patrick Mahomes. Is one. Yeah, like do you have 3? How many do you have?
Yeah, really. Well, I'll tell you, the 3 most valuable quarterbacks in my mind would be Patrick, obviously, and then you look at Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. Okay, I think I'm going to stop.
No, right there. Those are good names right there. I'm with you.
Yeah, but Josh Allen's going to have a new deal, and Lamar, who just did a deal a couple years ago. I mean, he's going to be up again before too long. But Patrick is the one. Now that in that equation, it's about time. And here's the other thing that we always have to consider: the NFL just kind of prints money, right?
Yes.
Okay. And so,
except for when it comes to pensions and health care, but that's another story.
That's
a whole other story.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I know. Yeah, tell some of the retired players that, right? Yeah, they print it and they don't give it to certain people. And so I make that point just because the salary cap's going to just keep going up and up. And the NFL is going to opt out of their TV deal in a couple years, okay? And they're going to go to 18 games. So we're talking, $255 million salary cap that's going to be blown out of the water here in the next year or two, and then some. And so when you look at the numbers of what people are worth, to talk about your marquee players and your quarterbacks in particular, yeah, it's just going to keep going up. Here's the thing to chew on, or to at least put in your back pocket in terms of trying to project where all this could go. The NFL has a salary cap, as we know. It may get to a point where the NFL feels like it has to have a quarterback salary cap within a salary cap. And it will be real interesting to see kind of how that evolves when, you're talking about redoing TV contracts, which in turn means redoing the labor deal, all of that. But, the NFL had these long-term deals with the labor deal and with the TV deal, but they can opt out and just redo it, and kind of like we see with players all the time, right?
And to follow up on that in terms of quarterbacks, Brock Purdy's had a sensational start to his career. His deal is coming up. Where do you see him fitting in? What is the value per year that you place Brock Purdy?
Oh man, I hadn't really thought of it to that degree, but I mean, at the floor, just because he's a quarterback for a winning team that went to the Super Bowl, yeah, you got to start with a floor of 40, and Purdy's agent might hear that and gag. But again, it's all about timing and the quarterbacks that you have. You think about Mahomes, and you go back to Tom Brady when he was with not only the Patriots but also with the Bucs, took under market deals because I think at some point, if you want to win, and you want to win Super Bowls, you're going to have to make some concessions.
You know what, Jared? I hear that all the time. I don't buy it. Matthew Stafford did not take less money, and the Rams want to. That's not the only way to win. I hear people say that because Brady was able to win, and Patrick Mahomes, but that's not the only way you can win in the Super Bowl. And the Rams gave up all their picks. They took a quarterback who was making a ton of money, and they won the Super Bowl. Like, why do the quarterbacks have to give up their money for the team to be able to win? I don't buy that.
Because you might not repeat because everybody's gone or several of your key players are gone because they got better deals elsewhere. It's definitely a slippery slope. And I hear you, Rob, because intuitively you don't want to talk about not cashing in at the market, at the price when it's your turn. So I totally get that. And I think the thing, you talk about Brock Purdy, what was so good for the 49ers is that they got this guy, Mr. Irrelevant, if you will, at a cheap bargain price because he's still on a rookie deal, all of that. And so when you have situations like that where you get the quarterback playing at a certain level, start an elite level, and you got them on a rookie deal, then you could pay some of these other guys to keep it going. But again, it's all about, finagling that salary cap. And look at the Chiefs, right? So they paid, Chris Jones. He was a holdout last year this time. And, he ended up getting a new deal, just like, Bosa with the 49ers. And so you were able to keep him. But in the Chiefs case, we talked about all the money that Patrick Mahomes has and will get, but they weren't able to keep Tyreek Hill.
Right. They've lost players. That's exactly my point. Like, Patrick took less. That means we'll be able to keep the core together. They've lost players over money.
Yeah. But they didn't lose all of them. They didn't lose Kelsey. They didn't lose Chris Jones. So you have to make some decisions on, who's, most valuable for you to keep or not. And I'm going to tell you, I told Andy Reid this myself when I saw him at the NFL meetings. I was like, I don't know what y'all going to do without Tyreek Hill, how this is going to work. And he kind of looked at me as, Andy can do, and kind of like, we'll figure it out, and so on and so forth. Well, they ended up winning the Super Bowl and then winning the Super Bowl again.
Right.
But those are the decisions that teams have to make. But again, it's better to make those decisions when the salary cap is going up another $15, $20 million every year and stuff like that.
So his name is Jared Bell, my man. I appreciate you. You know that.
Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Excellent as always, Jared.
Yeah, appreciate you guys having me.
Yep. Check out his stuff in USA Today, the NFL columnist, and the Hall of Famer, Jared Bell. Very nice. All right, coming up next, here on The Odd Couple, I'm going to talk about Will Howard was named starting quarterback. You excited about that?
Oh, I can't wait.
Okay, we'll do that and much more. As The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio, Rob Parker, Ephraim Salam, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
If you're just as excited as Ephraim in the US of A.
Fox Sports Radio has teamed up with TireRack.com to give away a set of 4 brand new tires valued at up to $1,500 every 2 weeks this summer. Winners will receive a set of 4 new tires plus installation, taxes, and fees. Enter daily and get rules at FoxSportsRadio.com. Furnished by TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
The other day, the show and I were introduced to the coolest walkie-talkies, Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk devices that provide clear contact nationwide on an LTE network. 100% private and a great alternative to cell phones for kids. No subscriptions or monthly fees. Visit rapidradios.com. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off free UPS shipping from Michigan, plus a free protection bag. Add code RADIO and get an extra 5%
Life
off.
hack number 7. Get an iPhone 12 on Straight Talk.
Life hack.
Here's how it works. You walk into Walmart, go to the electronics section, ask for iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system, and select the new Silver Unlimited plan. They'll smile because it's a good plan. You get real unlimited data all for just $20 a month for the whole first year. Get it at Walmart or StraightTalk.com. Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Taxes and fees apply. Requires activation of iPhone 12 and a new Silver Unlimited plan or higher end auto pay enrollment. $25 a month service credit applied for up to 12 months if eligibility requirements are met. For network management practices, visit StraightTalk.com.
I'm going to prove all the doubters.
When Dan Patrick speaks, you better stop and listen. This is the Dan Patrick Show.
Jim Harbaugh, another press conference, another interesting question here. So Jim Harbaugh, I would say deflected a question yesterday about the NCAA's most recent sanctions. They're levied against him. 4-year show cause. So what that means is he's banned from college football coaching until August of 2028. So here's the question and the answer from Jim Harbaugh about the punishment.
Jim, the NCAA came out yesterday with the 4-year show cause penalty. Do you have any comment on that?
I'm the stopping the engagement there with commenting, but so my only continued hope is that one day college athletics will be about what's best for the young men and the young women who participate in them. That's really all I got to say about it.
That's where I would have followed up and say, Jim, you didn't answer the question that I had for you here, because you went from being very defiant a couple of days earlier that you didn't do anything wrong. Now you were suspended for 3 games, and these were recruiting violations. Now we can say these are silly recruiting violations. They're still violations. 5 years down the road, we may look back and go, that was a violation. Yes, at times they can be petty, they can be silly, but look at what happened with Jim Tressel at Ohio State because of tattoos. And if you cover up the crime, that's even worse.
If you want to know what Dan Patrick said next, just podcast it by searching The Dan Patrick Show. And as always, you can listen to Dan Patrick live weekdays, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. This is The Herd.
The winner in this is also
Colin Cowherd.
the ratings are in. Everything exploded in Paris, with one exception: women's basketball. The ratings couldn't even beat the Tokyo Olympics that happened during COVID. The men's, with fading old stars, LeBron, KD, Steph, got 20 million viewers. Over double the last Olympics. And it's LeBron and Steph and KD. It's the old guys. People couldn't get enough. Breakdancing was a hit. And yet the women who won gold, attendance down, ratings flat. How? Because there was a giant wave in women's college basketball, and they forgot their surfboard. Not only Caitlin Clark, but Angel Reese and Caitlin should have been on this team.
This is The Herd.
And the story out today.
Weekdays at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific.
Love it. Embrace it right now.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Dan Patrick.
I've been around, all these sports and Olympics for such a long period of time. At one point yesterday in the fourth quarter, I just realized I've got 3 of the greatest players that I've ever seen on the floor together. It's LeBron, it's Steph, and KD. Awesome. And Steph even talked about how they're too unselfish because, hey, I got the ball. Well, I can throw it over to KD. Or there's LeBron. It's not one of those where you go, I got to take this on my own. But I'm watching that and just kind of taking in, savoring the moment of we're seeing 3 of, let's say, top 10, top 12, 15 players of all time. We've been treated to some great basketball. I mean, these are all-timers. But Steph Curry doing what he's doing, and there's nobody else on the planet like him.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Dan and the Danettes and you.
Weekdays, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. When you call yourself the premier sports lineup in the nation, you have to back it up. Well, my friends, we do. Check these names: Dan Patrick, Colin Cowherd, LeVar Arrington, Brady Quinn, Jonas Knox, Doug Gottlieb.
Spectacular. Covino and Rich, Chris Broussard, Rob Parker, Ben Maller, Jason Smith, and Mike Harmon. Is that premier enough? Listen to all those names right here. Really? On Fox Sports Radio. FS1.
Call your friends and ask how they doing.
To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details.
Boom. Trust your eyes.
FS1.
It is the Odd Couple on a TV theme song Thursday. What show is this? I know it's a cartoon. I just can't forget the name of it.
It's King of the Hill, baby.
King of the Hill. Yes, indeed. We're coming to you live from the TireRack.com studios. Our thanks to Rapid Radios, the official communication device of Fox Sports Radio. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription or monthly fee. Business owners can keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com for up to 60% off. You heard me right, 60% off and free shipping. All right, let's talk some college football. And OSU, Ohio State, the Ohio State University, have a new quarterback.
Yes, sir. We got a new quarterback, guys. Will Howard, the former Kansas State, who indeed, he was actually transferred from Kansas State. Couple stat lines on the guy is he's actually in his 34 career games, he had 28 starts. He actually completed 59% of his passes for about 5,700 yards, 48 touchdowns, and only 25 interceptions. But why he's so instrumental here in Ohio State, guys, is Ryan Day likes to keep his guys more pocket passing in recent times. This year's different. They're actually doing a new scheme. And honestly, with the bringing in Chip Kelly from UCLA as their offensive coordinator, they're going more run approach, kind of almost like a Justin Fields dynamic type guy. And Will Howard, what is he more notable for? Good arm, even better legs. He can run on the move, guys. And they're trying to freshen it up. They're trying to win another national title. And also, just as big as that, they're trying to take down Michigan, guys. So they're going different.
And that's the bottom line. Like, I don't care who the quarterback is. The headline is, can Ryan Day keep his job? Which is crazy to say, given his record.
But
right?
you know, it's all about Michigan. You know that. No matter, you could win 12 games, 11
we
games.
saw it with Harbaugh when he couldn't beat Ohio State.
And people don't remember this because they won the national championship last year. Harbaugh was
in trouble.
And he was in trouble.
They cut his pay.
Anybody else would have been fired, but he's got a history as dad coach for Bo Schembechler.
He was there.
He played for Bo Schembechler. He was a quarterback, captain, comeback. Like, there's all this history.
He had a longer rope. Yes.
Had it been anybody else, Ephraim, they would have been fired at Michigan.
Absolutely.
So Ryan Day, though, for all the wins and everything he's done,
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It literally conversations where he's on the hot seat. His record is unreal.
But it doesn't matter.
It doesn't even matter.
And they were beating Michigan like a drum, but the last 3 years, right? Is when it turned. And then for Michigan to go on to win they hadn't won a national championship since Moby Dick was a guppy. It's been that long.
That's a new one, Rob.
I know, right? I've only said it how many times?
300,000 times.
You know, when something's good, you stick with it.
Is it? Is that what you?
I told Walter Cronkite, go and stick with that. You know, that's the way it is. Stick with that.
Is that where you still wearing that sweatsuit? Is that where
stick with it?
Yeah,
stick with it.
But hey, this worked in the 70s.
The 70s, that's what it feels like.
Let me pull this out. It's still working. Yeah, but look, the onus is on Ryan Day. He has to show out and show and prove. Like, you know, OHIO, all they care about. All right.
And especially with Harbaugh gone now, right?
Well, that's what we said, right? We said when Harbaugh couldn't beat Urban Meyer, then Ryan Day came in, then he couldn't beat him.
Yep.
Right? It was like, okay, well, what's going on here? Then, Harbaugh hit it after the pandemic, came back strong, had some great teams. Now Ohio State's on the other end of that. And look, these two places have eaten up a lot of great coaches. Right? If you don't satisfy that quota of beating your rival, Michigan or Ohio State, depending on which side of the fence you're on, then you are on the hot seat and you're open to be removed, no matter if you're 59-3, right? Like it doesn't matter. And just those staggering numbers of win versus defeat, like you win 98% of your games.
It doesn't matter. Like, that in college football, that's all good.
That's it.
Did you win the big game? What? We got to make a change. Like the alumni, the donors, all those people aren't going to be happy. All right, coming up, final hour of the program. Should we give back medals in the Olympics? We want to talk about that. Stick and stay.
America.
Hey, it's the Odd Couple. You know our trusted partner, TireRack.com, for their fast, free shipping, free road hazard protection, convenient installation options, and their great selection of the best tires, like the highly consumer-rated Toyo Open Country AT3. But did you know they sell other automotive products? Wheels, brakes, suspension, just to name a few. Everything you need to elevate your drive. Go to TireRack.com/sports. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
As fall approaches, you have a lot to prepare for. Back to school, sporting events, family gatherings, and staying on top of your health. The virus that causes COVID-19 continues to evolve. So this fall, no matter what you're prepping for, you can prioritize your family's health and make a game plan for COVID-19 vaccination. Ask your doctor or pharmacist to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
FS1.
Looking for the one, what you looking at the one?
To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details. FS1.
Looking for the one, what you looking at the one?
When Colin Cowherd drops the info, you need to listen.
Yeah. You want to be around people that want to be part of something fun and new, because life's changing. And I always remember that conversation. Some people just want to go to the country club and hang out with the same guys every night and complain about life and play bridge. That's fine. I've tried to surround myself with young people, part of something new and fun. Don't be threatened by change. Don't be threatened by new. Join the party. Not everything new is great, but don't be negative all the time. And I think about this because I saw this last night. I sent it to my producer, Ryan. The college football season preview from StubHub shows 42% growth in ticket sales in college football this season. 42%. Most of it fueled by the new matchups created by conference realignment. Aren't you kind of embarrassed? Old guy playing bridge tonight. NIL. Pac-12, conference realignments, the end of times. I'm exhausted for you. Politics, sports, terrified of anything new. Smile, embrace something that's a challenge you could fail at. Pac-12 stadiums, I grew up with them. Cal against Washington State, it's empty. You know what won't be? Oregon against Ohio State, Penn State, USC. Stadiums won't be empty. The NIL. Well, yeah, why not pay the players? Everybody else is getting rich. How about the...
If you're eager to find out what Colin said next, just podcast it by searching The Herd. And as always, you can listen live to Colin Cowherd weekdays at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. This is the Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon.
I've told you Robert Sala's a bad head coach, but it doesn't matter because this is another thing they're asking Aaron Rodgers to cover. Cover bad moves like we trade for a player that we didn't know was going to hold out, and now we look stupid. Cover for that. Cover for the fact we have a head coach that really is in over his head. Cover for all of these things. This is what Aaron Rodgers has to do. And now, the general manager and the head coach can't get this guy in. Hey, I'll help you out, buddy. Just let me know. I can make that call.
He wants to be your savior.
This is, the Jets.
And they're giving him every opportunity to step in, and he knows it.
I feel like that's the Jets. Hey, whatever it is to make Rodgers happy, but this is the reality they bought. They bought Aaron Rodgers coming in to save the team.
You're listening to Jason Smith with Mike Harmon. Weeknights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. Ben Maller.
The General of Degenerates has arrived.
Heard of him?
I've worked with Ben for a long time. He has all these wild takes and flies off the handle, and, I got to kind of bring him back down. It doesn't work, but I try.
The man is a living monument to ineptitude.
He's Ben Maller, and he's talking all night long.
So I've got Vin Diesel, Kangaroo Court, and Tommy Lasorda.
It's the Ben Maller Show. Weeknights at 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details.
Go. Check them out.
FS1.
Check them out.
FS1. And here's what you need to know.
There's one NFL preseason game tonight at New England, late third quarter. Patriots lead 10-3 over Philadelphia. New England quarterback Drake May with a touchdown run of 4 yards late in the first half. The Atlanta Falcons today signed free agent safety Justin Simmons. The WNBA is back. Chicago's Angel Reese, 1 of 8 shooting from the floor. Her team down at the half, 50-28 to Phoenix. To Major League Baseball, the Orioles are ahead against Boston, 5-1, bottom of the 8th inning. The O's are a half game behind the idle Yankees in the AL East. The Phillies lead Washington 10-3 in the bottom of the 7th. And the late game's on FS1. Twins tied 2-2 at Texas, top of the 3rd. Oakland came back to beat the Mets 7-6. Milwaukee with 3 runs, bottom of the 8th, beat the Dodgers 6-4. But Brewers outfielder Christian Yelich will have season-ending back surgery tomorrow. Wins today for San Francisco and Detroit. I'm Steve DeSager.
Do you know who this is? Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple. One guy's married. One guy is divorced. One guy has no kids. One guy has 2 beautiful daughters. One guy went to college in a cornfield in Ohio. One guy went to an Ivy League school in the big city. One guy spends his Sunday morning seated in the pew.
Does this seem weird to anybody else?
The other spends it throwing money at the pole. Can these 2 sports writers share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Live from the TireRack.com studios of Fox Sports Radio. With Ephraim Salam sitting in for Chris Broussard. Here's Rob Parker.
Welcome in hour number 3 of the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. And we're broadcasting live from the TireRack.com studios. TireRack.com. Thank you, Bill. We'll help you get there. Unmatched selection, fast free shipping, free road hazard protection, and over 10,000 recommended installers.
Wow.
That's right, TireRack.com. The
way
way tire buying should be. No doubt about
Rob
it.
Parker.
And are you tired of feeling alone? Oh, in your job search. You thought that was about me? Is that what you thought?
I am tired of that.
I was
Rob.
Since
like,
I've been divorced for 20 years.
I
is that
was
what
like,
it
I
is?
got some. I mean, I might have something for you.
You think so? Okay.
Is it a hug?
Yes.
The only problem is, my age and my, where I'm at in life.
75. You look good for 75.
Is
man.
that it usually comes, all the affection comes after an approval on my MasterCard.
Well,
I'm
you
just
got
saying.
money, man. You can get whatever you can find all the love you want, man.
Give me the money
Yes,
shot.
I'm talking about you're tired of feeling alone in your job search. With just one connection, you can find endless job opportunities. The connection is Express Employment Professionals. Don't go it alone. Visit expresspros.com to find a location nearest you. That's expresspros.com. And Rob Parker, along with Ephraim Salam, in for Chris Broussard, who's on vacation. Again, the final hour, Tash's Tower of Trivia coming up in about 27 minutes. Get ready for that. Always a fun time. And this Jordan Child story, Ephraim, in the Olympics. Right off the top, just give me your feel in that they went back, they looked at the tape and realized, no, they want to take the medal away.
Yeah.
Right? What's your first reaction?
Well, it's
of this.
It's a couple, moving parts to this story. Jordan Childs did her routine.
Yep.
And she got scored. The score seemed a bit low.
Okay.
Based on the routine she submitted and performed. And so the coaches went and had an inquiry about, hey, we think you scored her too low. Can you go back and look at the start value that you had?
And
they realized, oh no, we had her start value lower than the routine that she submitted that she was going to do. So they changed it. And with that, it put her in 3rd place and got her the bronze medal on floor exercise. Right?
Keep going.
They had previously announced that Romania was in the third place spot. And with the change of score, it bounced Romania down to 4 and moved Jordan Childs up to third, which got her the bronze.
Keep going.
And so sad for Romania, happy for Jordan Childs, individual medal, floor exercise, everything's great, podium, medal presentation, the whole 9 yards. It was this wonderful thing. And then after the fact, we find out, oh, wait, we made another mistake. The coaches for Team USA
were too late.
They said they were too late by, you have a minute, you have 60 seconds to file an inquiry. They said they came in at a minute and 4 seconds, so they were 4 seconds too late. Right? Initially, that's what it was, and Jordan Childs has to give the bronze medal back. Now, both Romania and Team USA went to them and said, hey, look, we'll share the bronze medal. We don't have a problem with that. They said, absolutely not. Give us the medal back. Well, since then, we found out that, and it's on tape, that the coaches for Team USA did, in fact, get the inquiry in time. They did it at, I believe, 49 seconds, and then again at 54 seconds. So they did make the inquiry in enough time. The IOC has decided that they're not going to make any changes, and it is what it is. So they now want Jordan Childs to give the bronze medal back. And this is what I said. Well, y'all gonna have to come to my house and get it, because I'm not giving it back. Because, number one, the judges made a mistake. Number two, once they realized they made a mistake, by being prompted to look at something in the amount of time deemed necessary to make a judgment like that, they awarded this woman the medal, and through a comedy of errors that has nothing to do with the athletes.
How about the Romanian woman who lost?
Exactly.
Okay,
there too. But what they also
How come
found
we're
out,
not, outraged by that?
But one of the Romanian scores, they misjudged. They said she stepped out of bounds, so they docked her for stepping out of bounds. Guess what? She didn't step out of bounds.
Okay.
So there is a miscarriage of justice going on right here that has nothing to do with the athletes. All we're trained to do is go out there and perform, right? And it's up to an unbiased panel to score us properly. If you guys can't get that together, the onus isn't on me to correct your mistake, right? So yeah, I'm at home and that medal is sitting next to my other medals, and I'm not answering the phone no more. I'm going on with my life. Your retort.
We live in a society now. Everybody wants instant replay. Everybody wants to get it right. Yep. This is the world we've chosen.
That's us.
That's what we want. So when they did it, then they made a change or whatever to try to fix it, to make it right. Now you're still not happy because it didn't go in your favor. My point is this. We don't need to get everything right. And this love for wanting to get everything exactly right is why we are here where we are. It's okay if the umpire missed a call once in a while and somebody, it's okay. Or bad, like we don't have to, because what we're going to do, is that what we want? Do we want to have the big celebration? Somebody threw a game-winning touchdown. Everybody goes home, and the next day they see the tape, and he stepped out at the 1, and we're going to take that game away and say, no, we want to get it right because we have the replay, and obviously he stepped out. Do you see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying.
This is the problem I have with this desire that everything has to be right. No, we don't want those moments. We want to live those moments when it happens, and we should live with them regardless. Because what you're doing is, Ephraim, you want us to take back that moment when I got my bronze and the music in the United States and all that, and then say it didn't happen. That's the issue. We're human beings. You know why they put erasers on pencils? Because people make mistakes.
People still use pencils?
No, once in a while. I think Steve DeSager uses a pencil. No pen? Okay. But you get my point.
That's because Steve doesn't make mistakes.
No. But we make mistakes
You're
as
right.
human beings.
Yeah, we do. That's human
It's-
nature. It's literally called human nature.
Do you want everything to be perfect in your world? No, everything's not going to be perfect. Even things have happened. Oh my God, this happened, that happened, and it was a mistake or whatever. And we should live in the moment. And I don't want it to be the game-winning touchdown and all this, and then they got to go look at the video booth or whatever. And that moment, Ephraim, with the game-winning touchdown and all that, is all stripped away and taken back. Oh, wait a minute. He was a yard over when he threw that pass, or he was whatever it is. I'm not in that camp. I'm okay. Things happen. Mistakes happen. People make mistakes. It doesn't happen every day. Does it happen every once in a while? Yes,
Yeah,
it does.
It does.
It does.
But it's the Olympics, right? You don't come back for 4 years.
It's okay.
So you should get it right.
The moment is lost, and that's my issue with it. We should live in the moment when it comes to sports and not try to feel like we have to get it right with the NFL. Ephraim, you watch every week.
Every week.
They get it wrong even with the
All the
replay.
time.
Don't they get it wrong with the replay?
All the time.
So what is the point of the replay? To make us feel good? Oh, well, they put it in replay. I've seen plays all the time. They still put it, they spotted the ball in the wrong place. They still, he was in, he broke the play. No, they said he didn't break the play.
I guess it really matters is the situation. That mistake in week 1 in the game, but that mistake in the Super Bowl, hey, hold on, right? You make that mistake in qualifying or in the preliminary rounds. You don't make it in the medal round. That's the problem with it, right? I mean, and they made multiple mistakes, and then tried to cover up, like, and that's the problem I'm having because only the athletes are being penalized.
Right. No, I hear you. But the woman from Romania, you don't think she felt a certain kind of way when, right?
That's why they both went to the IOC, the judges, and said, we will split the bronze.
Right.
That seems like the amicable thing to do.
But I'm saying
and they said no.
Right. From her standpoint, she's like, well, I had it, and then they took it away from me when they reviewed, right?
Now you have it.
Now you have it, right.
We just realized they made mistakes on both accounts, right? On both accounts, they made a mistake. So we're willing to overlook the fact that you guys dropped the ball and share the bronze.
Here's my
which
thing.
I would have been like, you're absolutely right.
We're not going to get everything right. So if we can't get everything right, then I'm okay with things being wrong. Because it's never going to be perfect.
How many times were you divorced?
Only once.
Oh, okay.
Only once.
Well, that sounds like, yeah.
What? It didn't work out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. How long you been married? How many years?
We've been together 21, married 18.
That's unbelievable. What's up? That's unbelievable.
Yeah. This is a real deal, too.
5 years. I was married 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
Couldn't hack it, huh?
Nah,
Too much.
Too much. 5
Why?
years. What? You ever hear of a headache? I'm just saying. I mean, Ephraim, marriage is a beautiful thing if you have the right person.
That's it, man. You gotta
am I
pick
right
the
or
right
wrong?
person. That's
Okay,
what I did.
But everybody doesn't have the right. You got to admit that too.
But you also have to work on it.
No, marriage is like a job. If you don't work at it, you're going to
it's
get
not
fired.
like a job.
Am I right? You'll get fired.
It's not like a job.
Alex, remember that when you get married.
It is a job.
Right.
It's the most important job of your life. Right? Yeah. Because if you lose that job, it could cost you a lot of money.
Oh, that too.
Especially in California.
Ooh,
Yes.
wee.
Community property. Is that what they say in California?
I told her, I said, you can have it all.
Really?
You can have it all. I ain't going nowhere. I'll give it to you, but we're
Right.
going to be in it together because I'm not going
You
nowhere.
ain't going nowhere.
It's already yours.
877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. And this is real simple. Do we have to get it right in sports? And is that what we're looking for, perfection? Or can you accept that every so often human beings are going to botch it? I'm okay with the botch job every once in a while. Even the plastic surgeons, have you seen some of them? They're not always perfect.
Some of them.
They're botch jobs.
There's a lot of botches walking around. They
Am
got a
I
whole
right?
reality show called Botch. Everybody can't get a BBL, man. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Right?
Can't do it. Everybody, come on, man.
I'm saying, but we're looking for perfection, and we're human beings. We're not perfect.
Nobody's
You're never
perfect,
going to
man.
be perfect on this. So let it be. Let it be where it is, and then sometimes they're going to get it right, sometimes they're not. And what say you? Are you cool with taking medals away, taking plays away, championships away, taking away those magical moments at the end of games and saying, no, it didn't happen. We got to do this one again or whatever. Those things, I say we shouldn't do that. 877-99 on Fox. It is The Odd Couple on a TV theme song Thursday. Rob Parker, Ephraim Salam, in for Chris Broussard. Right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
America.
Job searching can be a lonely process, folks. Endless searches, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish. Well, it's time for a better way to find a job. And Express Employment Professionals is what you need. It's the local jobs expert that you can trust, and they never charge a fee to help with your job search. Go to expresspros.com to find the office nearest you. Each year, tens of thousands of job seekers find work with the help of Express Employment Professionals, and Express helps people find all kinds of jobs, from manufacturing to logistics to customer service to accounting and more. Getting an interview with Express can be as easy as a phone call. And with just one application with Express Employment Professionals, you are in the running for numerous opportunities in your community. So make your job search easier by letting the professionals at Express be your talent agent to find you the right spot on a great team. Express Employment Professionals is your one connection for getting a job. Visit expresspros.com today.
We see you, NFL. We see you running around in training camp.
I told you in practice, I said I'm a catch one. Ready, go.
Strutting around in preseason games.
It's the start of the 2024 NFL season. Nobody else I'd rather ride this thing out with, all right? Let's get it.
We know you're coming, and we can't wait. This is Fox Sports Radio.
Hey, checking in?
This is not just your flu shot appointment at Walgreens.
Yes.
This is getting your entire family vaccinated in one trip.
Hey, Mom?
And a snack on the way out. Get flu shots for everyone in your family, together. Schedule appointments online today. This is wellness made easy. Walgreens.
Vaccine subject to availability and for ages 3+. State health-related restrictions may apply.
I'm at a smoothie bar asking people if they'd switch smoothies with me for $574.
Oh, I'll switch.
So what about $574 if you switch your home insurance to Allstate?
That's a headache.
Nope, it's painless.
Oh, so it's easy money.
Yep, check Allstate first and you could save hundreds on quality home insurance today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Not available in every state. Based on the national average annual savings for new home insurance customers surveyed in 2023 who switched to Allstate and reported savings. Savings vary.
At Lowe's, save big every day when you buy in bulk. Save 10% when you buy 1 pallet or more of select shingles. Plus, save 10% when you buy 68 or more select OSB sheathing. And if you find a lower price in-store or online, we'll match it. Because Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Starting trouble. No one likes that. We can get you set up for some stronger starts. You might just need a fresh charge, and we can take care of that free of charge. But if it is time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that'll fit your needs, starting at just $79.99. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
3, 2, 1. The Dan Patrick Show.
Dan Patrick.
I think when you're looking at legacy now, which is what this is,
Who wants a piece of me?
It's sports.
we'll see if we can upset a fan base today.
Yeah. It's life.
My wife goes, "What are you going to do? Watch football?" Mm-hmm.
It's the Dan Patrick Show.
In the right offense, he can be that player.
Bringing sports and life together.
Man, I love doing this job.
Weekdays at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio.
It's amazing.
Hey, guys. Jason Smith and Mike Harmon are dropping knowledge like this.
We get the news J.J. McCarthy will miss the entire season for the Vikings after knee surgery. He got hurt pretty bad. We didn't know until they went in and did the surgery whether McCarthy's knee was going to be able to be repaired. He can come back in a few weeks, or if it was going to be the season. He had surgery today, and it was then denoted after it was serious enough. He is missing this season. He's sidelined until 2025, torn meniscus in his right knee. So right now, Sam Darnold is the quarterback. And potentially they could be going after somebody else. But look, this is a case right here. Look, this is where I could be one of those, what do they, what do they call it? Like, I could do grief counseling here a little bit. Right?
Oh, this is what you want to do? Which stage are you going to jump in at?
Well, no, listen, because look, there's nobody better to talk about this injury than me, because I get it when it happens, when you have all kinds of great hopes for your team and you draft a quarterback and you think he's going to be good and you think this is our guy, and then, you get 2 quarters down in the preseason, looks pretty good, and you're excited, and then he gets hurt, and now he's done for the season, right? I understand that. I get it. I get when you spend an entire offseason looking forward to the season, and then after 4 snaps, you lose it all. I understand
more
this.
than
I
4
get it.
snaps, though.
I get it. Not in the regular season. Not in the regular season. Didn't get that right. Didn't carry the American flag out before the game. Didn't get to do that. No.
So, I mean, any hope of him goes away before the games really count. So they were actually spared.
No, no. You didn't have more. What would you rather have? 3 more weeks of hope and then get it taken out, or would you rather have?
To get the rest of what Jason Smith and Mike Harmon said, podcast it by searching The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon. And as always, you can hear The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon weeknights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Want the best?
We're waiting.
A straight shooter.
That's the kind of guy that I am.
2 words. Doug Gottlieb.
Don't let me grab this mic right here one time.
Better yet, Coach Gottlieb.
Now you got it.
Admit it. Your afternoons just got better.
Dude, you get everybody in, you look them in the eye and go, let's go. You know who I am. Like, do you understand the value in that?
It's the Doug Gottlieb Show. Weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific, right here on Fox Sports Radio.
Here's a statement you can take away.
When it comes to talking, we can't shut up.
We believe in real talk.
Are we talking about it? Yeah. We won't shut up.
It's loud.
I know what the hell I'm talking about.
As a matter of fact, we do more than talk.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We sing.
It's raining dogs. Hallelujah.
We yell.
Whose roster's better? We gotta keep our composure. Relax. This is baloney.
We are Fox Sports Radio. I'm just enjoying it. The premier sports lineup in the nation. FS1.
Looking for the one, what you looking at the one?
To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details. FS1.
Looking for the one, what you looking at the one?
It is the Odd Couple on a TV theme song Thursday. The Huxtables. The Cosby Show. What a big show that was.
Great show.
And you didn't have to drink Kool-Aid to watch that.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? That was thank you. Hey, congratulations to Kevin M. from Brooklyn Park, Minnesota.
Yay.
Yes, thanks, LeBron. Who was the second winner of 3 winners, I should say, in the Summer of Tire Rack sweepstakes. We still have one more listener to reward with a set of 4 brand new tires, thanks to Fox Sports Radio and TireRack.com. One more listener will receive a set of 4 brand new tires plus installation, taxes, and fees valued at up to $1,500. That's right. Enter daily and get rules at foxsportsradio.com. Every day, you get a fresh new entry to boost your chances of winning at foxsportsradio.com. It's all furnished by our friends at TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. 877-99 on Fox. We want to hear from you. I'm okay with people getting stuff wrong. We're human beings. We get stuff wrong all the time.
I was wrong.
Let's stop always trying to correct stuff and replay and change this and change that. Enough already.
Well, let's see what the people have to say.
They're gonna be with me.
We got Dino in South Florida. You on the Odd Couple with Rob and E from What You Got?
Yeah, thanks for taking my call. Ethan, I'm glad you brought that up about her stepping out of bounds. I was watching her routine. She didn't step out of bounds, and according to our broadcasters, it took away the gold medal from her when they took away those points. Not the bronze medal, the gold medal. You got to get that right. These kids start very young and years and years and years. And this poor girl didn't only have the bronze taken away from her, she had the gold taken away from her. You got to get it right.
So, but you watch football, don't you, Dino?
Football is not the Olympics.
Oh, no. Do they get it right every week on every call or review? Do they get it right? Dino, I'm just asking, yes or no?
No,
they don't.
No, they don't.
Okay.
But the thing is, they got this wrong twice for this girl.
Yes,
That's
they did.
wrong.
Yes,
I
they
hear
did.
you. I
The
hear
gold
you.
medal, Rob. The gold medal.
That's not just a game in November on a Sunday. She may not be in another Olympics. It takes 4 years to get there.
Tell her to come back and call me in 4 years, and we'll try it again.
God.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Dino. I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you. 877-99 on Fox.
We got Heavy in Kentucky on the Odd Couple
Heavy,
with
Heavy.
Robert and Ephraim. What you got?
Hey, what's up, fellas?
What's
How
happening?
you?
Hey, Rob. Hey, man, you're going to have to take a back seat on this one.
Yeah.
No, you keep throwing the football references and stuff out that has nothing to do with football. Like Ethan said, it's every 4 years.
Yeah, but it's right or wrong, though, isn't it? Heavy? Are they going to get every call right?
No. I'm not saying getting every call right, but when you have one woman that didn't step out, and then you have one woman that does a level of difficulty that she did not get scored for, but she had to go out there and perform for, then she should get those points for that, and the lady should get the points taken off for not stepping out. The thing is, it happens, like he said, it happens every 4 years. Like I said, she may not be able to do this ever again. This is why it's so big and it's so, worldwide. So, no, you can't compare it to football, tennis, or anything, baseball, or anything like that, because it's only like a once in the 4 year span compared to something that you have 16 weeks or something that you have.
Let me stop you. Armando Galarraga for the Detroit Tigers threw a perfect game, and the umpire blew the call at first base, right?
Yep.
Right. All right. That doesn't happen. How often does a perfect game happen? And that he blew the call. Armando did not get the perfect game, right? And he has to live with it. Like it happens. And
was that a World Series game?
No, it was a regular season, but a perfect game doesn't happen.
Were they handing out medals at the end?
No, but a perfect game.
But this is like more of a controlled.
Yes,
controlled thing.
That's exactly right.
All right, Heavy, thank you.
It's more controlled, and it's you're dealing with not just like one person making a call. You're dealing with like three or four judges.
People make mistakes.
Yeah, but all
beings.
of them made the mistake, and that's the problem.
Thanks for
Thank
the
you,
call.
Heavy. Appreciate that. Hey. We got my man Sean in Sacktown. Woo, 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 woo. Sacktown, you on our couple of Christmas.
Sean, what's happening?
With Robert Ephraim, what you got?
My uncle from another mother, my brother's behind the board. Assalamu alaikum from the biggest Panther from Sacramento. My man.
Walaikum assalam, brother.
Yeah, but he didn't bring me a bean pie when he came in. You know what I'm saying?
You are bean pie good.
Hey man, one of the founding members of Sacramento Sports Hall of Fame. So ain't too much bigger than that, Rob.
Wow.
High school Hall of Fame back there in New York. But
wait a minute, what? You trying to poo-poo my high school Hall of Fame? Wow.
Hey, if Queens gives you a Hall of Fame round, come talk to Ephraim about it. But until then, man, my man got a Sacramento Hall
All
of
I
Fame.
know is my name is right above Madeline Kahn, who was a big-time actress.
I don't know how.
Madeline Kahn.
Never heard of
her. After me. Who? Hey, first the Steph Curry take, and now here go Rob being un-American again. I don't know if you went back to Saudi Arabia, decided to check out the beaches of Cuba, or somehow ended up on the Gaza Strip, but you came back so un-American about these Olympic game takes, Rob. And look, two wrongs don't make a right. How do they not only get it wrong the first time with Jordan Child, but they get it wrong for the Romanian? That is just out of pocket. They have replay for a reason, Rob. They have an appeals process for a reason, Rob. I get humans make mistakes, but that's why humans build in contingency plans and make ways to amend those mistakes. So, yeah, They made a mistake the first time. They made a mistake the second time. So you're telling me they're doing it right by making a mistake a third time? That's just bad judging. It reminds me of back in the day in the 80s when those figure skating judges went ahead and made that plot to let Russia overtake the Americans. It may or may not have been an accident, Rob. That's something that you got to think about. And for that to happen to this hardworking athlete who spent her entire life for this moment, to have that taken away over eyesight mistakes or possible fraudulent judging activities, that's all bad, man. We all can't be like the Philippines and Carlos Yulo, defeating people so bad that they just got to give my man gold, but at least give Jordan Tiles her bronze.
All
and
right.
that's my take until 2028.
There you go. Appreciate it.
Thank you,
Squeeze in
Sean.
one more real quick.
All right, we got one more.
One more
We
real
got
quick.
Dre in Michigan. You on a couple with Rob and E from what you got.
Dre, what up?
What's going on, though, fellas? Rob, you just got back to work. You trying to get some time off with that Kool-Aid joke? I caught it. Everybody else might have been. I caught that joke.
You got that? You got it?
I caught it. Yes, I did. Even the sixth man of the year, man. You bought your ball, Crawford, Vinny Johnson, all in one, brother.
I appreciate you, man.
Show.
Appreciate you.
All day. But here's my thing. I don't think we always got to necessarily get everything right. To me, long as, like, if it's within the clock, there's still time on the clock, yes, you get it right. But all that post-game stuff, I don't believe, let it go, because you can't put the champagne back.
Right, you can't recreate that moment. It's been lost.
Right, but at the same time, with this situation, it's different because that is an individual athlete. You know what I'm saying? Versus a team aspect where it's so many different moving parts. This is head-to-head competition, and they robbed that girl. And not just that, I guess they said something about one of the judges did some work for the Romanian people anyway, so it kind of looks suspect anyway. You can correct the individual when it messes with an individual, but that team stuff, nah, you can't really do that.
All right.
There's so many different parts.
Thanks, Dre. Appreciate
that,
it.
Dre.
Yep, no doubt. All right, coming up next, Tysher's Tower of Trivia. What is this? This is the NFL preseason edition, so we'll be doing that coming up next. But first, let's get you caught up with Mr. Steve DeSager.
Hey, Steve.
Do you prescribe to what I'm saying about we can't get everything right, so why are we doing this?
Well, I like the fact as a sports fan that replay exists because Galarraga got the last out and should have got credit for it. Remember the 85 World Series when the Cardinals were ready to close
That was
it out,
another one, right.
The bad call at first. I wish those didn't happen. Replay would have corrected those. And what you said about everybody makes mistakes. Therefore, coaches in team sports should stop arguing with the officials so much.
Right.
They demand umpires, for
To be
example,
perfect.
to be perfect.
And nobody's perfect.
They themselves are not.
How
within
many
the game.
how many bad situations you see NFL coach blow at time management at the end of
Yes.
games?
Right.
Don't call a timeout that they should. Fans are at home knowing that call timeout.
By the way, you talk about Olympic gymnastics 4 years from now, it's going to be in the Lakers arena.
That's
when
right. It'll
LA
be here in
hosts
Los Angeles.
in downtown. And the new Clippers arena is opening with a concert tonight. That's going to hope.
Is that tonight?
That is, with Olympic basketball in 4 years at that place in Inglewood. And across the street from there, the LA Rams Stadium will be hosting Olympic swimming.
Now, that's a $2 billion arena. And I
Clippers,
heard
yeah.
that tonight beers are $40. Is that you got to pay for that place?
Actually, there's a place you can avoid the line in buying concessions at the new Clippers place.
Right? Don't you order it?
With facial recognition. It'll just deduct from your digital wallet. A little astounding. One NFL exhibition tonight. It's at New England Patriots mid-fourth quarter. Lead 13-6 over the Philadelphia Eagles. Joey Sly with field goals of 45 and 51 yards. Drake May with a 4-yard touchdown run late first half for the Patriots, but New England on offense with less than 140 total yards. No NFL games tomorrow. The Atlanta Falcons signed free agent safety Justin Simmons. Saints running back Alvin Kamara is still out with back tightness. Rams quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo will not play Saturday against the Chargers. They'll give the reps to Stetson Bennett again. Dallas quarterback Dak Prescott practiced fully today, says his ankle is fine. Bills linebacker Matt Milano will miss at least a few months with a torn biceps. And quarterback Russell Wilson will make his Steelers preseason debut Saturday night against the Bills. The teams held a joint practice today. By the way, the WNBA is back at Chicago. Angel Reese just 3 of 13 shooting from the floor. She has 9 points, 13 rebounds.
Yeah, okay. She's better than Aaron Judge.
Her team is down 76-54 to Phoenix with 7 minutes to go.
She's still on vacation.
For Phoenix, Brittany Griner, 9 of 10 from the floor and 20 points. Yankees off tonight. Orioles now tied for first in the AL East with the Yanks. Gunnar Henderson of Baltimore hit his 31st
That's
homer.
going to be some race, isn't it, Steve?
Love it. Absolutely.
I do too. I love it. And in the NL West, going to be a race.
Absolutely it is, because Baltimore, a 5-1 winner over Boston. There's the East. Dodgers lost today, giving up 3 in the bottom of the 8th, 6-4 Milwaukee. The Dodgers lead in the NL West down to 2 games over Arizona and San Diego, and they've each won 9 of 10. Deserving to get back in the race. Man, where is the Dodgers bullpen at this point?
Can't give up 3 runs.
They're just completely exhausted because remember they had no starting pitchers for a little while there, and that has come home to roost.
And yesterday, they had a 3-0 lead, and Walker Buehler couldn't hold on to that.
So Buehler, remember they sent him to minors, try and work that out. That hasn't worked out. We had somebody hit for the cycle at Philadelphia tonight. Weston Wilson as the Phillies beat Washington. 13-3, back to you.
All right, Steve, have a great night. Thank you so much. It is The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio, coming to you live from the TireRack.com studios. Rob Parker, Ephraim Salam in for Chris Broussard, who's on vacation. And guess what, Ephraim? It's time for Teichert's Tower of Trivia.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, vegans and meat eaters, kale chip lovers, ruffle chip lovers, it's time.
This game is so easy.
For Teichert's Tower of Trivia.
That's right, everybody. It is the segment where you don't have to be in sports to know about sports. And for this edition, everybody, it is the NFL preseason edition, and we have a treat for you, everybody. We got, not only do we have yours truly with Rob Parker in studio, we also have veteran to the game, Ephraim Salam, also in there with them. They're duking it out. And not just that, the fixation of this whole entire segment, we are with our very own Alex the Vegan, DJ Alex Teichert in the house, everybody.
Ephraim, I'll just let you know, I like you. So pay attention to how Rob helps me out, okay?
What?
Just remember that.
What's happening here? I mean, no, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. All right.
I see what's going on.
No. This is going to be above board. We don't play that on the Odd Couple.
All right.
All right, so I did flip the coin here just to see you win and to fix my last time doing transgression on Teichert's Tower. Rob Parker, you are first on the board today.
Come on down.
Come on down.
That's right.
Well, guys, since it is preseason,
Yay.
I'm going to do a fitting first question with preseason. We know Russell Wilson is set to make his debut with the Steelers later in the week for his preseason. But, guys, Wilson actually, before NFL notoriety, he was known for playing in college for the Wisconsin blank.
All right.
Wisconsin blank.
Alex, are you ready?
No, because I don't like to name colleges, but sure, go for it.
All right, let's see what we can do here.
They better be cheese or something like that.
Police?
No. Cut all that out. Oh, no. He tripping. Go ahead.
Sheriff?
Hit the button. Thank you.
Nope. Ephraim?
Just remember all that he was doing.
That's a clue. You can't say
Are you
that.
ready?
Yes,
you can't
thank you.
say that. That's a clue.
That's not a clue.
Yes, it
That's
is.
not a clue.
What?
You're the one doing it. Honey?
He doesn't know sports, so
it
that
doesn't matter.
work.
It doesn't.
Badger.
Yes! Ephraim on the board.
But wait a minute, Alex. I do this. Police, and you say sheriff?
I mean, is that what sheriffs wear?
Yes.
What do they wear?
Yes.
I don't know.
They don't wear badgers. They wear badges.
A badge.
Badges.
Oh man, Ephraim on the board with
and
question
I
one.
wasn't
Hey,
actually.
man.
You can't get mad at me for that.
That wasn't a clue. It was actually how hard.
Patrick, keep going, Patrick.
All right, we're going in with number 2. We're staying hot with this one. Aaron Rodgers has been making headlines as he's making his return from his injury with the Jets. And honestly, guys, speaking of the Jets, on a little segue here, they've been known for many different names. And no, this is not taking a shot at them. They actually have a notorious nickname, legit nickname. It is called the Gang Blank.
Today, Ben Malazan warming up for his show.
Ephraim, I need you. Lock in.
Repeat it again, Patrick,
no,
please.
we got the kid to read the whole thing.
The Jets have a notorious nickname. It is called the Gang Blank.
It's 39 already.
Color.
Green.
Bingo.
What clue is that?
It's one word. Gang green. Go ahead, Patrick. Next one.
We're going hot with it again. Number 3, everybody.
I would have said.
Me and Ephraim.
We don't care. We don't care what you would have said.
Ephraim, like
Thank
this.
you. Continue,
I
Patrick.
would have said thumb.
Yeah, green thumb.
Yeah, see, there you go.
I don't care what you would have said.
Yeah. Well, with that, we're gonna go with number 3.
See, Rob, you wish there was instant replay now, don't you?
All right, the Cowboys have been trying to sign their own guys this offseason, and it's been kind of a struggle, as we all know. One of their high-profile guys actually targeted for an extension is named Blank Lamb. Blank Lamb.
You ready, Alex?
Oh,
yes. Thank
you
Rob.
already cheating.
Rob, do you need my phone number to text me?
No.
Okay.
We're all good.
It's still the 951 one.
Okay.
Anytime now. No, put your hand down.
What?
Put your hands down. No.
Okay, here we go.
Will Rob Parker give the clue?
Today, Junior.
Rob Parker.
Put your hand down.
All right, here we go. Savings.
Stop.
Wait, what?
Savings.
What's his last name again, Patrick?
First, last name is Lamb.
Savings Lamb. Bank Lamb?
All right, here we go.
Don't cheat.
What are you trying to say, Rob?
Any day now.
Music.
Savings, music. Oh, the CDs.
Oh, God.
Let's go! Ephraim on a roll. That's 3 in a row.
Unbelievable. But I'm giving all the clues, and then he's just picking
Because you're goofy. You're not giving the right clues. I mean, I've already won, so I don't know if we go to break or we keep going. I don't know what's going on here.
Give me one shot.
It's my turn. It ain't your turn. It's my turn.
We'll do one more
It's
for
my
the
turn.
sake of it, just for funsies. We'll do one more, even though Ephraim, you've definitely won.
Oh.
Anyways, guys, we're gonna go with this one. New Chargers head coach Jim Harbaugh having his first year back in the NFL for his second stint. It's becoming kind of a favorite around the country. In fact, fans have actually been giving him a nickname back from his Michigan days. It is donned and named affectionately. His nickname is Jim Harbaugh's nickname is known as Jimmy Blank.
Whopper.
Burger.
Bing bong.
Unbelievable. You know what? We need a curtain up here because this is unfair and it's unbelievable.
Ephraim's 4-0. Called that a NBA Finals sweep.
Thanks, Patrick. What kind of questions were these?
It don't matter. It doesn't matter.
All right. It is the Odd Couple. Fox Sports Radio. We'll put a bow on this bad boy on a TV theme song Thursday.
Wrap it up.
Rob Parker, from Salam. Right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
CD.
Thanks to Rapid Radio, the official communication device of Fox Sports Radio. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies.
Please say over when you finish talking. Over.
They help us communicate from all across the nation.
Rapid Radio. Over.
The official communication device of Fox Sports Radio.
The other day, the show and I were introduced to the coolest walkie-talkie, Rapid Radios. Thinking about all the crazy weather and outages we've had, Rapid Radios are perfect in an emergency. Instant push-to-talk communication providing clear contact nationwide. They hold a charge for up to 5 days with no subscriptions or monthly fees ever. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off free UPS shipping from Michigan, plus a free protection bag. Add code radio and get an extra 5%
Life hack
off.
number 7. Get an iPhone 12 on Straight Talk.
Life hack.
Here's how it works. You walk into Walmart, go to the electronics section, ask for iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system, and select the new Silver Unlimited plan. They'll smile because it's a good plan. You get real unlimited data all for just $20 a month for the whole first year. Get it at Walmart or StraightTalk.com. Straight Talk. Less dollars, more sense. Taxes and fees apply. Requires activation of iPhone 12 and a new Silver Unlimited plan or higher end auto pay enrollment. $25 a month service credit applied for up to 12 months if eligibility requirements are met. For network management practices, visit StraightTalk.com.
They have a lot of fun things that go on in the morning.
This is the show that has two pros and a cup of Joe.
Who is Joe?
LeVar Arrington, Brady Quinn, and Jonas Knox.
You want to talk about a blown opportunity? This is a damn shame in the world of college football. Sharon Moore, the new head coach of the Michigan Wolverines, he announced that, well, Sharon, you just take it away.
I just talked to Coach yesterday, and really what went into the decision is we made that decision like in January, February. So it's really to honor him of what he's done for Michigan. I mean, came back for 9 years and took us to where we are now. So it was really to honor him. It was nothing besides that. And yesterday he called me, told me that didn't feel that he could leave his team in true Coach Harbaugh fashion and wanted to be in the foxhole of his team and not want to make it look like he was taking a deep, long bow. So he's not going to make it for the game.
So he was going to be the honorary captain for Michigan when they took on Eddie Garcia's Fresno State Bulldogs in a couple of weeks. And instead he's decided, yeah, listen, I don't want to be a distraction. I just want to stay focused on the Chargers. What a blown opportunity.
It's always going to be referred back to the Harbaugh era of time. And that's not going to change. I think Harbaugh's aware of that. I think Michigan's aware of that. And anybody else that is paying attention to what's going on with Michigan is aware of that. And I don't think him showing up to be an honorary captain diminishes that. I don't think it does anything to
get the rest of LeVar Arrington, Brady Quinn, and Jonas Knox. Podcast by searching Two Pros and a Cup of Joe. Listen to Two Pros and a Cup of Joe weekdays from 6 a.m. Eastern, 3 a.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. This is The Herd.
The winner in this is also
Colin Cowherd.
The ratings are in. Everything exploded in Paris, with one exception: women's basketball. The ratings couldn't even beat the Tokyo Olympics that happened during COVID. The men's, with fading old stars, LeBron, KD, Steph, got 20 million viewers, over double the last Olympics. And it's LeBron and Steph and KD, it's the old guys. People couldn't get enough. Breakdancing was a hit, and yet the women who won gold, attendance down, ratings flat. How? Because there was a giant wave in women's college basketball, and they forgot their serve. Not only Caitlin Clark, but Angel Reese and Caitlin should have been on this team.
This is The Herd.
And the story out today.
Weekdays at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific.
Love it. Embrace it.
Right now. The Dan Patrick Show.
Dan Patrick.
I've been around, all these sports and Olympics for such a long period of time. At one point yesterday in the fourth quarter, I just realized I've got three of the greatest players that I've ever seen on the floor together. It's LeBron, it's Steph, and KD. Awesome. And Steph even talked about how they're too unselfish because, hey, I got the ball. Well, I can throw it over to KD. Or there's LeBron. It's not one of those where you go, I got to take this on my own. But I'm watching that and just kind of taking in, savoring the moment of we're seeing three of, let's say, top 10, top 12, 15 players of all time. We've been treated to some great basketball. I mean, these are all-timers. But Steph Curry doing what he's doing, and there's nobody else on the planet like him.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Dan and the Danettes, and you.
Weekdays, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. On Fox Sports Radio. Fox Sports Radio.
Here we go.
So how do you like it?
The question is this.
You like it like this?
I'm strictly talking basketball.
Or like this?
Baseball tends to be, of all our sports, very much steeped in tradition.
And what about this?
Basically, the NFL has found ways to make money off of everything.
like it a lot. Whatever it is that you like, we've got it covered. It's sports the way you like it on Fox Sports Radio. The most fearless voice in sports is on FS1. The one and only Colin Cowherd is bold, unique, and outspoken.
Wow.
You can see him on The Herd, weekdays at noon Eastern on FS1 in the Fox Sports app.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away?
Here we go. Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. And they're always glad you came.
What a great TV theme song to wrap up a TV theme song Thursday. Have you been to the Cheers bar in Boston?
Yep, I have.
Great show that was on NBC. It is The Odd Couple coming to you live from the TireRack.com studios. And don't forget, shortly after the show, our podcast will be going up. If you missed any of today's show, be sure to check out the podcast. Just search Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast. And be sure to follow, rate, review the podcast. Again, just search Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast. And you'll see today's show posted right after we get off. And I think Tasha's Tower of Trivia will not be posted.
On there. You please go get the podcast.
Patrick,
you can hear it over and over.
there was crackling
again.
going on during it, and we can't put that on the air.
We're going to leave with that.
Good.
First, we're going to start with that, and then build the rest of the show after that.
Can't do it. My goodness gracious. Hey, Ephraim, NFL with the joint practices are, mostly tame and no issues, but every so often there's some fisticuffs stuff going on. When you were playing, were they doing it yet?
Yes.
Okay, because at first they never did that, and then all of a sudden they started doing the joint practices. It gets rough out there, doesn't it?
Oh, it is rough out there. You got to remember, the first 2-3 weeks of training camp, you're just banging into each other, right? So it's literally you waking up and banging into an immovable object, a wall, right? You're banging, temperature, it's hot, temperatures are rising, guys are tired of going against their own teammates. Yeah, your teammates, but like Coach said at the beginning of the camp, hey, we're competing against each other. So as soon as you get some fresh blood, some fresh meat, new blood across from you, you go a little bit extra, right? You go maybe a little bit past the whistle, maybe hands to the face, a grab of the neck. Don't want to let the jersey go, and then that turns it. Look, and on the flip side of that team has been doing the same thing you've been doing to each other, and so once you get that energy out there and you're competing against each other, their temples will flare. It happens more than it doesn't happen. That's the reality of the situation.
Yeah, I believe
it's a contact sport, man. So you're going to make contact forcefully with someone who's not on your team.
And if you feel like they're doing something they shouldn't be doing, right? It's easy to be like,
why you always got to go extra?
Exactly.
Well, why you can't guard me? No, why you got, and then now, we
how much drawing is going on?
Oh, so that's all,
right?
It's trash talk. Trash talking Tuesdays.
There you go. I believe it.
Right?
Trash
It's
talking
trash talk.
every day.
Every day. Every day. It's intense, man. Look, every time at the beginning of January, end of June, even now, I still get a little anxious.
Do you?
A little anxiety. Yeah, man, because training camp I hated training camp.
Right.
Because back then it was real training camp. We on 6 weeks, 2 days, full pads.
And the thing is, I think back in those days, and I'm not saying that you're old.
I am old.
But I've been covering the NFL since 1987.
Yeah, I went to the league in the 90s. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
But you used to come to camp and get in shape. And I think that, and I could be wrong on this, but I think that's where some issues come in with guys getting hurt a lot because guys don't give their body.
They overtrain.
Am I right? Overtrain.
Yep.
And even you know what, like they
overtrain.
The season's over, and then you see them on IG working out. They got a trainer. They're doing all this stuff. They don't go on vacation because they got to keep in their
You should at least give, but that's football's fault because you should at least give yourself a month to decompress from the trauma. If you played, if you started and you played, you should at least give yourself a month, right, to flush all of the pain medications and anti-inflammatories out of your system,
right.
Let your body heal naturally, and then you start the training program. Now, OTAs they start in March.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
so you nobody wants to show up to OTAs out of shape.
Right. And that's the big thing, right? If you come in with a paunch, they're like, "Well, look what were you
somebody
doing?"
not taking it serious.
Exactly.
What you talking about? We just had a whole season.
Exactly. We just did. I'll be ready when the season comes.
That's the problem.
And that's when guys used to work their way into shape in training camp and be ready to go for the season.
Well, football's now year round, so there is no other way. It's now year round.
Yeah, it's a lot, but you figure that people will be pushing and shoving and all that. Now, Ephraim, you didn't get enough of me today that you want to come back tomorrow.
I'm coming
Are
back
you
tomorrow.
sure?
Oh yeah. You in here
We
with
might
black
have to-
eyes and bloody lips.
We might have
man.
to call protective services.
I'm coming in to finish you off.
I'm just saying. All right. Well, we'll do this again tomorrow as Chris continues his vacation. But it is the odd couple. Jason Smith, Mike Harmon are coming up next.
The odd thruple.
So you know what you need to do?
The odd thruple.
The odd thruple. Stick and stay.
America.
Hey, it's the odd couple. You know our trusted partner, TireRack.com, for their fast, free shipping, free road hazard protection, convenient installation options, and their great selection of the best tires, like the highly consumer-rated Yokohama Avid Ascend LX. But did you know they sell other automotive products? Wheels, brakes, suspension, just to name a few. Everything you need to elevate your drive. Go to TireRack.com/sports. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
As fall approaches, you have a lot to prepare for. Back to school, sporting events, family gatherings, and staying on top of your health. The virus that causes COVID-19 continues to evolve. So this fall, no matter what you're prepping for, you can prioritize your family's health and make a game plan for COVID-19 vaccination. Ask your doctor or pharmacist to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
FS1.
Call your friends and ask how they doing.
To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details.
Boom. Trust your eyes.
FS1. And now, there are some shows you don't want to miss.
Anyway, it's a big story.
And there are some shows you can't miss.
Yes.
This is Covino and Rich.
Caitlin Clark visited the Yankees recently, and they made a big spectacle about it.
Oh, yeah,
She
it
was
was-
in the booth.
It was a cool moment.
It was a cool moment. She got to meet Aaron Judge. He gave her cleats. She talked about that experience. She was saying how cool it was to meet him in person, how big he was, and she was saying he was swole, and two worlds collide, rival nations. This is what it's like when worlds collide. Two current greats in the game. They were happy to meet each other. There was a mutual respect. She got to meet Juan Soto. She was there in the Yankees locker room. So because Caitlin Clark was in the news, Aaron Judge's pictures went viral. I guess that's how the debate started. That's what
Yeah.
I'm imagining.
Yeah,
because it's sort of random to say, well, who's more popular?
Yeah, well, I'll give him props. I believe it was Jay Stu,
Okay.
who eloquently made the argument that Caitlin Clark is the bigger name and star. And Dan Byer,
Clark is the bigger name and star.
that's a good Jay Stu. And Dan Byer chimes in like, whoa, hold on. And my first instinct was, dude, Aaron Judge, no diggity, no doubt. And then then I was like, well, hold on.
Well, this goes
Hold
to something
on.
that Danny G always says. This could be a prisoner of the moment situation where maybe right now and in the moment is Caitlin Clark.
Oh, dude, that
But
moment's been like 2 years now.
Yeah, but dude, Aaron Judge is.
Hey, this is Cheech, and this is Chung, and you're listening to Covino and Rich, so listen up.
To get the rest of what Covino and Rich said, podcast it by searching Covino and Rich. And as always, you can hear Covino and Rich weekdays at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. This is the Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon.
I've told you Robert Sala's a bad head coach, but it doesn't matter because this is another thing they're asking Aaron Rodgers to cover. Cover bad moves like we trade for a player that we didn't know was going to hold out, and now we look stupid. Cover for that. Cover for the fact we have a head coach that really is in over his head. Cover for all of these things. This is what Aaron Rodgers has to do. And now, the general manager and the head coach can't get this guy in. Hey, I'll help you out, buddy. Just let me know. I can make that call.
He wants to be your savior.
This is, the Jets.
And they're giving him every opportunity to step in, and he knows it.
I feel like that's the Jets. Hey, whatever it is to make Rodgers happy, but this is the reality they bought. They bought Aaron Rodgers coming in to save the team.
You're listening to Jason Smith with Mike Harmon. Weeknights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio.
Are y'all ready to have some
On
fun?
the Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon.
I'm just going to say it because it's going to seem weird.
You'll get this.
I'm not saying the guy's overrated.
And some of this.
Oh, like death, pettiness knows no tax bracket.
Whoa, hey now. And on occasion,
What's our disaster scenario early on in the season?
that.
Yeah, baby.
Let's go. It's the Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon. Weeknights at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. Each week, WWE Friday Night SmackDown is live on Fox. Catch the high-flying superstars as they compete for supremacy in the ring. It's Friday Night SmackDown at 8 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app. And here's what you need to know.
The Philadelphia Eagles have just won tonight's NFL exhibition 14-13 at New England with a late touchdown and 2-point conversion this Sunday night on Fox TV. New Orleans at San Francisco. Most teams will be playing on Saturday this weekend. No NFL games tomorrow. Atlanta signed free agent safety Justin Simmons. Bills linebacker Matt Milano will miss at least a few months with a torn biceps. Quarterback Russell Wilson will make his Steelers preseason debut Saturday night against the Bills. To Major League Baseball, there's one late game. It's on FS1, still tied. Minnesota at Texas 2-2 in the top of the seventh. Baltimore beat Boston 5-1. The Orioles now tied with the Yankees for first in the AL East. Philadelphia blitzed Washington 13-3. Weston Wilson of the Phillies hit for the cycle. Milwaukee with 3 runs bottom of the 8th beat the Dodgers 6-4, but Brewers outfielder Christian Yelich out for the season. Back surgery. I'm Steve DeSager.
Fire up the trumpets. This is the Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon. And looks like Edwin Diaz is coming into the game. Or just another way to get the Mets some airtime. It's not like this show doesn't talk about them enough. So, here are some drops about trumpets.
I used to play the trumpet.
And Edwin Diaz.
You're not dancing in the stands. Check your pulse.
Now, from the TireRack.com Fox Sports Radio studios, with a very patient Mike Harmon, here's Edwin Diaz. Or Jason Smith.
Yeah, haven't been playing Narco much the last few days. Fox Sports Radio, the Jason Smith Show with my best friend, Mike Harmon.
You ran into a team at the wrong time.
Live from TireRack.com studios. TireRack.com will help you get there. An unmatched selection, fast free shipping, free road hazard protection, and over 10,000 recommended installers. TireRack.com is the way tire buying should be. Are you just playing this at an inordinately loud level? What?
I mean, I know sometimes we come in and the headsets are cranked up a little bit loud. I fear for the hearing of a lot of our colleagues here at Fox Sports Radio.
Like one of those,
that one just felt a little loud.
I feel like one of those singers whenever they don't do well in public, they go, "Well, I couldn't hear myself in the feedback, the record. I couldn't. There was no mix minus. I couldn't hear, so I didn't sound very well. I didn't sound so.
No,
I didn't know what it was. I couldn't hear myself. It's a whole thing.
Was that a whole hearing test thing that he was trying to do?
It might have been. And the louder I made it in my headphones, the louder it got. I don't know if people even understand what was even said, Tight Shirt. I'm just going to play this music really loud.
It's your team.
Loud noises. All right.
Well, I was trying to drown out booze and the 4-letter words being shouted at your squad.
Well, we have had tonight now the return of 2 big things.
Mm-hmm.
the NFL for week 2 of the preseason.
Sure.
And the WNBA
Oh,
is
yeah,
back.
it's back.
I'm digging the WNBA being back. Buddy.
Yeah, tomorrow, buddy, we get the EPL during the day, too.
Yeah,
So lots of stuff.
Stuff's returning now. This Olympics,
But
okay, the
everything is
Olympics are
back.
done.
Yeah,
We're
go back.
getting it back now. But let's start with the NFL game. The Eagles go for 2 late.
Yeah.
Convert and beat the Patriots 14-13. 2 players getting a lot of attention more than any other tonight, Drake May and Kenny Pickett. And first of all, let's dismiss Kenny Pickett before we get into the big take. Kenny Pickett, this was a typical Kenny Pickett preseason game, right? He was like 9 out of 11 throwing the football for like 40 yards. He got sacked 4 times, and it was, hey, maybe Kenny Pickett can turn into something if no.
Check.
Kenny Pickett stinks.
Check. No, he's not asking for a check. Check. Turn back to the ball.
I mean, look, this is Kenny Pickett, okay? This, if you really think that if you're in Philadelphia and you go, man, you know, Sirianni and Jalen Hurts can't get it together. If they can't get together, if they could bench Jalen, we'll be fine. We'll play Kenny Pickett. I watched him in Pittsburgh and they won games. Yeah, this is what it's going to look like if you play Kenny Pickett. If you have to play Kenny Pickett, that's why I always love that teams get that reality check of how good is our starting quarterback really when they don't play in the preseason and you look at your backup and you go, yeesh. Okay, I take back what I said. I understand. I get it now. I understand. It's okay. It's okay.
You sell a little bit harder on your starter. There's no question about it. But in the background, you're still wondering what's left of your squad as a whole. Because let's face it, it's only week 2.
Yeah.
A lot of these players are still saying there's going to be a bunch of starters playing. Again, believe it when we see it over the course of the next couple of days. But it's been pretty sloppy and a lot of dink and dunk passes, right? Because you go back and watch this game tonight. Well, you got 6 of 11 for 47 yards for Drake May. Yeah. I mean, he threw a nice little flat pass.
Sure.
But again,
it's almost like
counts,
I think quarterbacks have like in the movies, in what was it in Running Man when Schwarzenegger had the collar on, and if you run past a certain level, it explodes.
Shock, yeah, or explodes.
I think that's what happens if quarterbacks throw it more than 10 yards. If you throw this more than 10 yards, you're going to get that shock.
You'll get
I don't want to do
needle.
that. No.
No, 100%.
I saw that in Running Man. The guy's head exploded when he ran. No, I don't want that. I don't want that at all.
Yeah, no, we need to keep it short and simple, long, protracted drives. That's really what we're working here and operating to. Yeah, the long of the night they did have a 23-yard gain to Hasty. Otherwise, you're looking at 13, 12, whatever. On the other side, there was one pass that went for 28 yards. That's good. 6 passes in double digit. That's good. But all in all, not aesthetically pleasing.
No.
And not just because it was 14-13. You could have a hell of a lot of action between the 20s.
Sure.
That just doesn't come to scoring drives. This was just bad.
Now there's a bigger take here other than, the Eagles have to understand, okay, if somebody's got to go between Sirianni and Hurts, it's going to be Sirianni.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, sure.
Don't think Jalen Hurts. No. But all 4 quarterbacks for New England played tonight. Right? Drake May played, ran for a touchdown. Very nice.
Oh, yeah. No,
Did
it was
not
a nifty
throw,
little run.
Did not throw the ball all that great. Bailey Zappi played. Joe Milton played. Presumed starter Jacoby Brissett played. The 4 of them were 14 out of 29 for 90 yards.
Yeah.
Okay? The New England Patriots. You ready for 90 yards in 4 quarters of play.
Wait, are you going to say have some bold proclamation?
The New England Patriots. This is where just understand this is where we're at. They are on a list of teams that only have one thing wrong with them.
One thing.
Yes.
That's it?
Yes.
You can dismiss them. You don't have to go position by position, not position group
How
saying.
strong are they at running back?
No.
No. How strong are they at linebacker?
So you're just lumping the entire squad together in one fell swoop. And coming to an assessment.
There are 5 teams right now that I say, you know what? They all are falling in the category of just having one thing wrong with them.
You're going for a
5
full
teams.
Bundy 5 count.
I'll tell you who the other 4 are, but deal with the Patriots first here.
I want a 5 count.
I'll give you the 5.
All right, well, let's go.
But there's only
what's the common
there's
ground?
only one thing.
2,
There's
3,
what are you doing?
4, 5.
It's a 5 count.
Okay, very good. All right, very good.
Is he retired or is he still? I don't know what he's doing.
Who? Tyshirt or Francesa?
Well, you pick one.
No, Francesa, because I just saw him talking about how the end of everybody's moving stations in New York City, and so he's talking about that. No, but there's look. I mean,
Mad Dog got his
actually,
kid a job though, so that was good.
It could be. it could be good news because you think, okay, well, the Patriots, we don't have a lot of playmakers on either side of the ball. We're starting over. We got a rookie head coach. We don't know if this rookie quarterback is going to be any good. But I'm going to say, hey, there's only one thing wrong.
One thing's going to hold them back this season.
No, just one thing wrong, that if you fix that, everything will be fine. It's the only thing you have to fix if you're the Patriots.
Well, I don't know. Normal football talk, you just say, well, if they can get the quarterback right.
No, that's true. No, that is true. That is true.
But in this case, it's even more elemental than that.
It is. It's
by just, I can read your eyes.
And if if they fix this thing, everything will be all right with them. There's only one thing wrong. And now the Patriots go on this list of teams, 5 teams.
5 teams.
One thing wrong with them.
Okay.
And that's it. Now ask me what it is.
Now, what is that one thing that's going to hold them back from being successful in 2024?
They stink. That's all.
Okay, so they're atop the leaderboard.
Stink. That's what it is. The Patriots should be competing for the number 1 pick next year.
Okay.
That's how bad they are.
That's true.
That's the lack of talent they have on this
I think
team.
their over-under on wins was 4.5.
It's going to be less than that. I thought, wow, they're going to pull off a win tonight because they were up 13-6 for the most part. And I said, they're going to wind up winning more games in the preseason than the regular season. But now they're still only 1-1. So that happened. But look, they don't have – look, Ramondre Stevenson is a terrific running back, right?
Sure.
They signed him for a nice deal for him. But there's nobody that you can say, all right, this is what we're really excited about this year. They're going to be terrible. You trade one of your best players 3 weeks before the regular season starts. I get it, right? Matthew June, I get it. He's 32. You want to get something for him. But when you are trading one of your best players, this tells you, hey, you know what? This season, we're going to stink. Because if we were going to be any good, we would have wound up keeping him, figuring something else out. We would have done.
Well, that's why that IU talk never made any sense whatsoever.
It was
on
good
a
for
million
both of them.
levels.
It was good for the
about
Patriots. It was good for Brandon Ayuk.
Now,
right?
eventually, Kendrick Bourne is going to find his way to another team. He will get dealt because he can actually play.
Now, while I say this, remember, the last week we talked about this. I said good things about the Patriots.
You
it was
did.
Good. They didn't make that move.
No, that's
for Ayuk.
right.
It was good.
All right,
But
so the
they're
over-under, I was
still
right. It was 4.5.
Gonna stink.
4.5.
This is one of the worst teams in the NFL. Everybody in the division is better than they are. I don't know how they're going to win. I don't know who's going to be their quarterback because all the quarterbacks look like, boy, they're in trouble. Like Jacoby Brissett looks terrible. And I get it. Yes, he's won games, been in the league a while, but you're really going to trot out Jacoby Brissett, which means, okay, we don't trot out Jacoby Brissett. We can't start Bailey Zappi. We're going to start Drake May. Is Drake May going to be ready? Of course not. He's got no reps, no nothing. The Patriots are going to stink. We should be down to them at the end of the season for the number 1 draft pick next year in the draft. They picked 3rd this year with their quarterback. They'll pick 1st next year. They'll take Shedeur Sanders, and they'll spin off Drake May somewhere else. That's how it's going to go.
Yeah, and all the good things we talked up Joe Milton a week ago. He just had no pocket presence whatsoever.
Yeah,
as it collapsed, and it was just terrible.
They're awful.
Yeah,
And now,
so they're the worst. All right, we got 4 other teams. Let's see how many of them are in the scrap heap.
There's only one thing wrong with them.
One thing wrong.
They stink.
Okay,
that's all. The Raiders,
okay,
the Giants, the Saints, and the Cardinals. One of those
you got
teams.
The Cardinals all the way down there?
Yeah, of course. Well, how's it going to go for the Cardinals? Kyler Murray's going to play. He's not going to quite play to the level they expect him to play at. He's probably going to get hurt at some point. Everything's going to go south fast. This is the Arizona Cardinals.
I am actually on the other side of them.
It
breaks properly.
One of those 5 teams.
You forgot the Broncos.
I think the Broncos will be a little bit better. I think they'll be a little bit better because Sean Payton, outside of Russell Wilson, has made it work with every quarterback that he's had. And the Broncos made some moves in the offseason. I think a little bit of addition by subtraction. I think the Broncos will be okay because that division is not going to be great. Right? The Raiders stink. Who knows when Justin Herbert's going to come back?
True.
The Chargers would be on this list.
Easton Stick, yo.
If I thought Justin Herbert was going to be out a long time, the Chargers would be on this list. But right now, Herbert expected to come back early part of the season. So the division,
they're at 8.5
stinks.
for their win total.
Yeah,
by the
the division's terrible.
So in terms of win totals, this is off Vegas Insider. Patriots are worse, and then you got the Broncos and Panthers together as the next 2 teams.
See, I like the Panthers a little bit more. I believe in Bryce Young a little bit more.
I actually like Canales. I think they brought in a few guys that are going to be interesting.
They got better.
If Leggett gets past the little injury woes, they've got a receiving core. I think they in that division,
and it's not. Yeah, it's not a runaway division.
Then you have the Titans, who I'm more bullish on. They're at 6.5.
I think they'll be fine as well.
Commanders at 6.5.
Jaden Daniels is good. He's going to wind up winning some games, man. Yeah. He's going to wind up winning.
Then you have the Raiders and Giants at 6.5.
They both stink.
And then your guy that we've talked about a lot this week, Sam Darnold, along with the Saints, Seahawks, Buccaneers, and Cardinals, all at 7.5.
I left the Vikings off because I felt like I gave them a little too much this week. Like it's like, okay, you know what, I gotta back off.
But some folks said we thought they were Super Bowl contenders.
They would be on the list if I wasn't so hard on them the last couple of days. I'm just giving them a break. Just giving them a break.
Oh, because you were kicking them like you were at
Yeah, it would feel like,
Goodfellas.
am I
it
gonna
was
do
like
it
a Billy
again?
Bats kind of
Yeah,
thing.
am I gonna
that
do
you
it
didn't feel
again
like you
for the
needed to-
Vikings? No. But one of these five
Keep 'em
teams-
there.
because all of these teams are spinning their wheels